Okay, now we're live, Saphy.
Hi.
Say hello to all the people that are joining us today.
Hello, people.
Hello.
I am Saphy.
She is.
I am in the title.
She's in the title.
Yes. And that's why I'm more important than all of you. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
shit, fam.
I'm kidding. I'm mean. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Please
fine.
don't hate me.
Don't worry about it. Alright, I'm just adjusting the volume.
Yeah.
Okay, now my volume mixer doesn't work at all. Okay. Alright. We have to put this over here. Okay. We're getting things all situated. Okay, you know. Is that too loud? Is that too loud? If it's too loud, I'll stop.
Let me, check. Sorry, I'm listening to the thing.
Sorry, if you guys are wondering where this light is coming from, it's my new turnout monitor that my lovable boyfriend...
Honestly, Kitty, you're just fine.
Okay. That my boyfriend installed for me, so if it's, in the way, yeah. And, like last night, I am in my PJs, so, yes. How is everybody today on this Friday morning?
In my PJs.
It's the PJ hour, the PJ party with Saphy and Kitty.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're having a good morning, or a good night, or a good afternoon, or a good evening,
wherever the fuck you are right now.
Yeah, for all I know, you're being tourbillon and masturbating while slapping, you know, your fucking get thing, whatever it's called, I forget. But yeah.
Your wiener?
Yes. But I have some interesting things to talk about today. What would I told you, Saphy, if there was a bitch at, there is a bitch who returned a tree at Costco.
What?
Okay.
How would he return a tree? It's kind of already out of the ground.
They returned a Christmas tree from Costco to Costco, and apparently they got a full refund. So.
Well, what was wrong with it that they had to return it, Kitty?
Well, the warehouse in the... Okay, so it says it happened in St. Carlita, California. Costco is known for generous return policies. A full-time... The warehouse allows members to return almost anything they purchase for a full refund if there's a 90-day limit on electronics. Well, you know, but minus electronics being a 90-day limit. A woman in California puts that return policy to the test when she reportedly returned her dead Christmas tree and got a full refund.
Well, what do you do with the tree then? I mean, you could have just burned it.
Indianapolis
or
radio.
Firewood.
Indianapolis radio host David Smiley, that's literally his name, posted screen grabs from the Facebook page of California of a man who claimed to have witnessed the entire incident. I can't make this stuff up. The post is no longer available, but I can't make this stuff up. The Christmas tree, because it's dead on January 4th, I saw the whole thing go down with my own 2 eyes 30 minutes ago. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't have believed that someone with so little moral values or lack of concedence. The man claimed that Costco employees did confirm that she bought the tree at their store and gave her a full refund. He said he was ashamed to a small degree, but he wrote, "I don't think that fazed her because she had no conscience." A picture of the campaign showing the woman with a red X over her face standing with a dead Christmas tree in Costco in customer service, and the counter of the man that wrote the woman didn't seem to mind her taking her picture. So yes, there is a woman. So apparently, if you have a dead Christmas tree and you go to Costco, you can return it.
Bitch, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's fucking bizarre. I did not expect that. It's like, whoa. But yeah, I'm gonna go down to Costco, even if there's one, like, I don't know if there's one where I live, but I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna go fucking return my damn Christmas tree. It'll be great. It'll be fucking great.
Okay, have fun, I guess. I don't know. There's not really much I can say to that. Again, I'm not very good saying anything.
Let's see, and on Facebook's trending page, let's see, the Coca-Cola, there's a controversy in Coca-Cola land. This is
Oh?
a controversial ingredient inside the new Diet Coke flavor. It's called Ace K, and it's 2,000 times sweeter than sugar. 200 times, excuse me. Coca-Cola's
Damn.
new diet flavors hit the store shelves in mid-January. The serious soda aficionados may notice a new ingredient in their product label. Azul Flame Potassium, or Ace-K. This artificial sweetener includes a Coca-Cola's new diet and ginger lime, feisty cherry, twisted mango, and zesty blood orange varieties. The company relaunched the regular Diet Coke and will now be sold in taller and skinnier cans. This will continue to be made with aspartame to solve the sweetener. New year, new food, healthy eating starts here with the cooking light diet. Ace K is like aspartame and is known as a highly intense sweetener, and it's 200 times sweeter than sugar, meaning it's a very small amount needed the same levels of sweetness that sucrose. The sweetener was discovered in the 1960s and often paired with aspartame, especially in diet sodas. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved of the Ace K in 1988 and said it has more studies and supports of safety. Some critics, however, feel that it's not enough and has been conducted on the sweetener. It's a sleeper that no one pays attention to. Michael Jefferson, the president of the Center for Science and the Public Interest, told the Fortune earlier this year. I don't think the side can definitely say it's dangerous. Coca-Cola, however, has historically used the aspartame in Diet Coke, which gives the soda very crisp taste, says Rafael Avidio. They have funky last names, oh boy. Coca-Cola is North
That's
American.
wrong. That's wrong on so many levels.
Oh, yeah.
Also, apparently, there's only one person.
Oh, that's okay. One person is better than no people.
Hey.
So I'm fine with just one person watching. The Coca-Cola, however, has a historic only using aspartame, which gives a very crisp taste, says Raphael. Okay, I read that. Coca-Cola's North American Group Director of the product. It continues, when the company tries to decide the new flavors to target millennial customers, the R&D team found out that the production tastes a bit sourier. The addition of Ace K was able to mask the flavor. We wanted to make sure that we retains that crispness. Avocado, whatever his fucking name is, tells the Fortune.
Avocado.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him Avocado. I can't fucking pronounce his name. Your fucking name is Avocado now, bitch. I love avocados. Okay.
It's a dangerous avocado.
Let's see. Alright. So, he says, however, that Ace K aspartame blends all together very differently in two brands. The final taste of the product is very different, he says. The relaunch of Diet Coke may seem to aim period of declining sale volumes, and shoppers have increased eschew the artificial sweetener, part of a bigger consumer trend, form of process affair of what they view as natural ingredients simultaneously. Customers are trying to cut back on their sugar research, and from NPD groups have found that the sugar is now the number one substance that they're trying to eliminate from their diets. So you're gonna eliminate sugar. Is this artificial sugar or is this sugar cane sugar? Because sugar cane sugar is a lot better for you.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Then again, sugar kills everything.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I mean, I like my sugar, but damn.
Well, I mean, you can definitely, I guess, I don't know, like those diet drinks. Like I found like Coke Zero, and it was, I never had it, but like you can't have 0 calories in something. There's always calories. Like the only thing that I know that has no calories in it is fucking water.
Yeah.
And it's like water doesn't have it's literally the purest form of any liquid. I mean, sure, like another good liquid to drink is tea, but that's more of a sweetened or a flavored water. It's literally water with whatever natural flavors and herbs and shit. But you can't have Coke Zero, Saphy. You legit just can't. It's fucking possible to have 0 calories in damn Coca-Cola. And now the fact that they're trying to relaunch Diet Coke, like, what's it gonna have? The third of the calories with this weird chemical infused? Like, aspartame is part of brain cancer, or from what I've heard. But then again, everything gives you, like, brain cancer or cancer nowadays, so it's like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's see.
If I've learned anything in my science class this year, it's that everything is out to kill you. Companies are always lying to you, and don't trust the government, and our school system is failing us.
Oh yeah, they just want us to regurgitate, like, you know, the shit that we learned. Like, I don't know if it's still a thing. I'm pretty sure it is. You ever heard of the MCAT? What did you have where you live? We had the MCAS test, where if we didn't pass, we
We
didn't
had
graduate.
SATs and,
In high school?
Yeah, high school, we also had the SATs and a bunch of other shit tests, I forget.
Oh yeah, it sucks. Let's see. So, the relaunch of Diet...
Indeed.
Oh yeah?
I said it does indeed.
Oh yeah. The relaunch of Diet Coke is aimed at the period of declining its sales volume. Shoppers increasingly eschew the artificial sweetener. It's a bigger part of the consumer's trend way from processed fare of what they view as natural ingredients. I put that in quotes even though it's not. Simultaneously, consumers are trying to cut back on their sugar intake. Into research from the NPD group found that the sugar is now the #1 substance that they're trying to cut. Okay, I already said that. Alright, as a result, the company has been on the quest to find the perfect natural sugar substitute.
Oh hey, somebody came in. Sorry. There are 3 people watching now. Yay.
Hello, people that are just joining. We're literally shooting this shit. This is literally the Saphy and Kitty show. We shoot the shit. Let's
If anybody else comes in, they're getting thrown in the can.
Oh boy. Let's see. As a result, the companies are trying to quest to find the first natural sugar. For example, Coca-Cola is trying to work with a company called Chromocell, and which is we're just working for enhancing the sweetness of sugar with formulators that can use less to achieve the same taste. So they're trying to fake the taste of sugar. Of Acevino, that's literally his name, or Avocado Man. However, it doesn't believe that the Ace K of the labels will be put into the millennials. They are open to the categories, as we feel very comfortable that this sweetener is going to mix and connect with them. Yes, I want to fucking drink fake sugar. So that's the controversy with the new Diet Coca-Cola that comes in 5 flavors. Sorry, we have regular Diet Coke, no sugar, no calories, lime ginger, twisted mango, zesty bloody good orange, and feisty cherry. So
Zesty bloody orange, is that supposed to...
Yes, zesty blood orange.
Oh, I thought you said bloody orange. It's like adding the E to it is like...
Orange.
What? It's like, are you trying to appeal to the edge and or British
Give it to Toon
club
Critic,
or
they'll love
something?
it. That poor man. I feel like I take the piss out of him. I'm sorry. I love that man. Let's see. There is an Assassin's Creed road in video game news. Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Rogue remastered and set sail in March. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Rogue, aka Black Flag 2, is getting a remaster launch for the PC, PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One. All DLC missions and weapons and packs will be included, along with the new outfit worn by the Assassin's Creed Orange hero Bika. Percocets, that's his name, last year in the new game. There is a 4K support if you're on PlayStation Pro or Xbox One X. Alternatively, that runs on 180p on PS4 and Xbox One. The Rogue remains a bit of the oddity of the series. It was released at the same time on the unloved Assassin's Creed Unity on PS4 and Xbox One. But for just the only last-gen consoles of the PS3 and the Xbox 360, it was a short sequel to Black Flag, with some of the same characters and the excellent seafaring gameplay. The big difference, you're playing a baddie Templar hunting down an assassin. The only game series that you can do this. Not yet played it? Maybe it's time. I have Assassin's Creed 3. It's a pretty decent game. I like to play. I really like the controls. It's very immersive, at least for me. Have you played any of the Assassin's Creed series, Seth?
Nope. Once again, I'm not really much of a gamer in comparison. I mean, I play Nintendo. I'm just now getting into Legend of Zelda, Kitty.
My dear, I have a lot of things to teach you.
Oh no.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh boy, Mr. Krabs.
Everything will happen, my dear. You are being my young grasshopper.
Somebody help me.
You'll look. Think of me as your sensei.
Somebody help me.
No, I'm not your senpai. No, like I said, I used to. I don't know if you knew Saphy, but I used to be a senpai. At my karate school. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
So yeah. Silent Blast, we're just talking about the remastered. I'm talking about the remastered, so yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I used to help my own instructor teach martial arts and karate, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, I would be literally known as Senpai Kitty. Literally what I would be. It's literally the teacher assistants. And if the start becomes a meme like the fucking hashtag Mega Milk, hashtag dirty whore, I'm gonna be crying.
I said dirty whore, not
dirty whore. That's what it was. Alright, let's see. But yes, oh, and Facebook has some shit gonna go down with its own website.
Oh.
Facebook is making major changes to the newsfeed that will show you more content from friends and family and less from a publisher. Here we go. Facebook on Thursday will start showing more users posts from friends and their friends' family in their newsfeed, and move all the means people see fewer less posts from publisher and brands. According to Facebook, this move design is encouraging people to interact with more of the stuff that they actually see, thinking that you're probably more likely to comment and discuss and share posts from family member more than a business that you follow. Recently, we've got feedback from our community and the public content from business and brands and media, crowdfunding, and personal moments that lead us to connect with each other. CEO Mark Zuckerberg explains on the post on Thursday. Excuse me, I burped. And then he added something surprising. Facebook expects the change that means people will be less time using the services. Now, I want to be clear, I want to make these changes because I expect the people I spend time on Facebook to measure and engagement will go down, he wrote. But I also expect you to spend some time, your spending time on Facebook will be more valuable. And there's actually a post from here. Mark Zuckerberg, one of our biggest areas to focus on for 2018 is making sure that we have the time to spend on Facebook and that the time is well spent. We built Facebook as to help people stay connected and bring closer together with people that matter to us. That's why we always put our friends, family, and coordinating experiences and research and strength of our relationship in improving with our well-being, happiness. Hi, Leon from. They said hi to me. Just replying.
Yeah.
Let's see. So basically, wow, this is a long post. But recently we've gotten feedback of the community that our public content, posts from business, brands, and medias, and crowding of personal moments that lead us to connect with each other. It is easier to understand that the video and public content have exploded onto Facebook for the past couple of years. Since more public content from your posts and friends and family, the balance is what the news feed and shifted away from the most important thing on Facebook can do, help us to connect each other. We feel the responsibility and services are just not to have fun, but also have let's see, but also have good people and well-being, and we also studied the trend carefully to look at the academic research along with our own leading expert of universities. The research shows that when social media is connected with people we care about, it can be good for our well-being. We can feel more connected and less lonely, and that correlates with the long-term measurements of happiness and health. On the other hand, passively reading articles or watching videos, even if they are entertaining and informative, it may not be as good. Based on this, we are making major changes to Facebook and how we build Facebook. I'm changing the goal and giving more product to the teams on focusing on helping finding you to find a relevant content that helping to you have to have more meaningful and social interactions. I like this guy. I mean, I don't like I use just Facebook for close friends and family, and sometimes I find like Saphy knows she's on my Facebook. I literally am always
Yeah.
reposting. Like I'm a Facebook addict. It's really bad.
Same. Well, I am when I actually bother to go on Facebook. I'm mostly on Twitter and DeviantArt.
Mm.
I know you're highly against Twitter for some reason.
The reason that I don't like Twitter is because I know there's like a lot of drama just happens. Like you could just say something and someone will get offended, and it will turn into a giant snowball effect, and everybody and their fucking grandmother are gonna get involved. Okay, like that's just weird. Even if I post something, say I post a cosplay of like I don't know fucking Pikachu, someone's gonna find that offense. It's like, come on, fucking stop being goddamn little fucking damn cinnamon rolls. Like, come on, like
Well, yeah, you're not completely wrong. I mean, I did make a what was it? I named a Mankey in my Pokemon Yellow that I wasn't really like let's playing. I was just, given minor updates because I had just gotten the game and I was having fun with it. And I named a Mankey Triggered. I know, somebody actually read over the fact that I named my fucking Mankey Triggered. Wanna know what I did with it?
Yeah, tell me.
Well, after the whole incident and everybody getting on this asshole's ass, let me find it. I ended up putting out a picture of Triggered the Primate because at the time it had evolved.
Okay.
Well, now it's in my Redbubble.
Can I have a link to this shit?
It's in chat posting.
Alright. And I'm going to link the people in the chat, seeing what it looked for them to see. And don't worry, Leon, I saw you. Hello, welcome to the random, crazy. I don't even know if this would be a podcast. It's just a random thing I like to do from time to time. I wanted to connect.
You can even get a mini skirt of this.
Dude, my ass would be triggering.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna put
you
that.
You can get a mini skirt of Triggered the Mankey.
I'm gonna put this in the YouTube and the Twitch chat for people if they're curious about what we're seeing. But let me ask, who was the one person that got really fucking butthurt over it?
An asshole named Nightmare Rider.
I feel like I've heard that name before, and I don't know where I've heard it. No, I
think I've told you this story before, or maybe Anthony is. I don't know.
I think I met him before, but I just can't remember where.
He was also one of Lily Pete's followers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, what do you think of that?
I love it. It's fucking, it's beauty in motion. You should have named him Riri.
Riri?
Yes.
Riri.
Riri.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have gotten this amazing,
Okay, you can have Triggered, and then his wife is named Ree, and then they have baby tendies.
Yes.
Great, you got a family, now start a comic out of it. So, getting back to what we were saying, they're going to, like, build Facebook, I guess, posts from, they're gonna roll out, we see less business and more, posts from your family, which I think that's kind of cool, because it's like you always see posts from like, oh, this page or this company and that company, and I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I learned cool things, but yeah, what do you think of that, Saphy?
Sorry, what was going on again?
What do you think about the the whole Twitter is not Twitter, but Facebook is gonna have more things that are gonna be, you're gonna see less business posts and more posts like from your friends and family on Facebook. It's gonna be more, I guess, personal.
I guess it's bad for those who try to promote themselves on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
but, you could always, I don't know, use the other media platforms that promote that kind of stuff. And, Facebook was originally meant for, like, friends and family, like, what MySpace used to be.
Oh God, MySpace. I haven't seen that shit in years.
Like, Facebook was originally meant to connect better with your friends and family. So I guess they're trying to go back to their roots, and I respect that.
I think that's kind of cool because, like, I mean, everything is now so corporate related, and it's like, what the fuck? Uh, how would you
It's
like
like
to?
YouTube has become corporate.
Oh
Twitter's
God.
corporate as fuck. Everything is just, you know, related to business. Even Ronaldo's shit has become like business or whatever.
Oh, here's something, and Sharpwing may jump in if he hears about this. I hope, but this is really interesting. Okay, so everybody knows about shadow banning on Twitter, right?
I've never heard of that.
Okay, it's basically, I think Sharpwing can explain it the best. Let's see,
Is it
Azir,
like, is it like,
I need you to to help me explain shadow banding.
watch, he's going to come in all, listen here, motherfuckers, this is what it's all about. I had somebody was adding to Limbo yesterday. He was kind of a cringy guy.
Mm-hmm.
First thing he said because he recognized me was, "Holy crap, I did not expect you to sound like that." Maybe it's because I was sounding dead inside, I don't know, but it was funny.
Maybe he just sounded tired.
Nah, it was like later at night, like after the Dream Daddy, you
Oh,
know.
that was fun. I might do that again tonight, and I'll have Kichi come on again. That was a lot of fun. Uh,
Yeah, it was.
all right.
Oh god.
What?
Oh wait, you're the one who posted it, god damn it.
So, if the best way I can explain, okay. Uh, I know what it is. I just have a hard time putting in the. Okay. All right. Here they actually do explain it. All right. So, the idea of shadow banning is when you ban somebody but they don't know they've been banned. That sort of type of thing.
Oh,
Um.
I've done that before.
All right. No, you weren't being paranoid. Everything you suspect about Twitter, states the article, censoring right wing opinions through shadow bans. And this is true. This is the latest conservative muckracker James O'Keefe, and caught in the 8 current former Twitter employees admitting on camera that they engage in the practice. Twitter tries to represent itself politically in a neutral platform, but its latest project, uh, Veritas, the bombshell video, confirms anything but. Uh, Abahinvai, some, I don't know, can't pronounce your name. His name is Vad. I'm just gonna call him Vad. It's like Vlad, but Vad is a former Twitter
Yeah.
and software engineer. Explains how shadow banning works in San Francisco on the restaurant of July 3rd, 2018. One strategy to try shadow ban is that you have the ultimate control, he explained. The idea of shadow ban is that you ban somebody but they don't know they have been banned because they keep posted and no one sees their content. They just think that no one is engaging in their content when really no one is seeing it.
Hmm.
It continues. According to the current Twitter employees, the software engineer Stephen Perret is the social media giant that processed weaponizing the practice of censoring the ship through automation. Quote, every single conversation is going to be rated by a machine, and this is going to whether it's not a positive thing or a negative thing, Perret told the Project Veritas undercover journalists on December 8, 2017. And whether this is a positive or a negative doesn't inaudible. It's more like someone being aggressive or not, right? Somebody is just cursing at somebody, whatever, they may have a point, but it will just vanish. It's not going to be the ban of the mindset, it's going to be ban of the way of talking. which is talking in a mindset type thing, or sort of the same. We express what we feel in our minds with words. At least that's the way I think. I'm retarded. Don't believe anything I say. Um, Twitter also has the process of developing a system for downranking. Olivia Hassan, policy manager of Twitter's trust safety team, shifty people, quote unquote. Quote, yeah, there's something that we're working on, Hansen told the, let's see, the Victories journalist. It is something that we are working on. We are trying to get rid of the shitty people to not show up. This project thing is what we're working on right now. If Twitter is just trying to filter out bullies and trolls who have nothing to add to the conversation, that's one thing. But if they try to center pro-Trump conversation content to the platform, that's a whole another ball of wax. Twitter engineer Condoro Mandarina told the project on December 1st, 2017, that the censoring of the conservatives is indeed a thing. According to O'Keefe, Twitter has a content review of the agent Moore Norai emitting on May 16, 2017. In the past, Twitter would manually ban or censor pro-Trump conversation content. As the process of the banning accounts of Norai says on the stuff, that it was more of a direction of your viewpoint and I guess how you felt in particular of the matter. In words, it was totally subjective and overwhelmingly left-wing ideological makeup that most of the tech of the Silicon Valley conservatives of the Twitter users that were at their mercy. Norai explains about how the process with the company, yeah, the quote, if they said this is pro-Trump, I don't want it because it offends me, and I say ban the whole thing, and it's over, and they're all like, oh, so now you know what? I don't like it too. You know what? Mo's right. Let's carry on next. Left-leaning content would pass through a selection process with less political scrutiny, according to Norai. It will come more through check, and it'll be like, oh, you know what? This is okay. Let's go. These are unwritten rules that everyone understood, Norai explained. Quote, a lot of unwritten rules that were in San Francisco were in California, and very liberal, very blue state, and you had to be, the company you can't really say because they would make you look bad. But behind closed doors, lots of rules there was. I would say Twitter was probably 90% anti-Trump and maybe 99% anti-Trump. Yeah, another Twitter employee direct message of the engineer, Paranasic explained about how shadow banning algorithms are engineered. Quote, yeah, you look for Trump or America and you'll find thousands of keywords that describe a redneck, Sig explains in the San Francisco bar on January 5th. Then you look and praise all the messages and pictures, and then you look for the stuff that matches the stuff. Let that sink in. Among Twitter employees, the word Trump in America are considered redneck.
This is just a lot of bullshit upon bullshit upon bullshit.
It's the unspoken media. It's the unspoken thing. Let that sink in among Twitter employees. Okay, when the project asked if seeing in the majority of the algorithms are targeted against a conservative or liberal Twitter users, he admitted that he would be the major majority of it are for Republicans. This is a part 2 of the project of the undercover investigation of Twitter and the 4th installment of the America Pravdita series. And yeah, that's sort of what's going on in Twitterland, and Dropbox is going to be happening something. Oh, what did you post to my timeline on Facebook?
I'll see.
My best friend came into my life. What is this? Please someone. Oh, yes, mechanical laughter. Perfect. I'm sharing that.
Not mechanical.
Maniacal.
Hi, Sharpwing. Welcome to Insanity.
You missed the part where Kitty had to explain what, you know.
Yeah, she sent me a message showing me that article, and she wanted me to explain what shadow banning is. And essentially, shadow banning is as insidious as it sounds. Essentially, shadow banning is a way they ban you.
Explained?
Yeah, we found a definition, but I thought I would ask what your thoughts about this, because this talks about they go like undercover into Twitter's offices.
It's horrible that they're doing this, but it's wonderful that Project Veritas uncovered it. And if these people are actual employees in Twitter, This shows how snide and untouchable they think they are. That they will just proudly announce things that are probably supposed to be kept on the down low to an executive level.
Oh, yeah.
Just to any random person. Of course, these people were probably undercover reporters, which is why they were so overzealous and prideful in stating what they were stating. But they have no qualms with stating this kind of crap in public. Like, oh, you know, we shadow ban conservatives is essentially what they were saying. They
consider the word redneck
offensive.
Redneck in America very alt-right words or something.
Yeah, so the word redneck is associated with the alt-right, and they called like literally every single Trump supporter and conservative a redneck. That is, well, in simpler terms, really fucking offensive as well. You can't call every single person like for example, you know, a black person votes for Trump. Do you call them a redneck? Because the term redneck
I call them an idiot.
Is slang for country white people. But the point is, whether you agree or disagree with whether people voted for Trump, I think we can all agree that tactics like that are very shady, underhanded, and borderline to the sort of thing the very bullies these people claim to be against use. So they're the bullies. They're the people doing the bad stuff, not the people they're going after. And it could very much be so that there are people on the right and the alt-right and stuff like that do bad stuff. I don't agree with Richard Spencer. He wants a white ethno-state. There's myriads of fucking reasons I don't agree with that. But it doesn't mean I'm going to call every single person that shares his perspective a redneck. Where does that get me? That's a childish remark.
It doesn't make you any better than the other person.
It's a childish remark. You use childish tactics. It's like the equivalent of calling someone a poopy head. How does it help your argument? You're a fucking idiot.
America is going to shit.
Oh, we already know. Krushka, hello. I'm trying to respond. I'm gonna respond like in your language.
They're speaking. I think that's Russian.
I'm telling them, "Hi, how are you?" in Russian. I'm using Google Translate because I can't speak their language, so I'm trying to break the language barrier with Google Translate.
Sorry.
You Ivy good. It is. Let's see. You
is this on
good.
Twitter? Or?
This is on Twitch.
Oh, Twitch. Yeah. Let me go to Twitch then.
I mean,
you were literally.
It seems like everything is coming to a head. They engaged in their crooked practices so much that certain people, they just got lucky. They got in the right place at the right time and found the information they were looking for. Of course, Twitter is probably now going to batten down the hatches now that they know they have blind idiots going out in public telling people exactly what they're doing at Twitter.
5 people watching the YouTube and the 5 people watching
I have
Twitch.
I also have an imagination that the people on that Project Veritas video, you know, if it's real, you know, because sometimes people stage crap and things like that, and that's a reality in the world. Project Veritas, however, has been seen widely as credible so far.
I'm half tempted to be rude.
But
hi, I'm Saphy. I'm half tempted to be rude.
I will say this. If Twitter does come out with a statement saying they don't do this, and they find the Project Veritas video, and suddenly people learn that the very employees that leaked this information to Project Veritas are either put on paid leave or laid off or fired, would confirm people's suspicions.
We know speak your language.
Yeah.
Well, I'm using Google Translate to kind of like communicate with this person. So,
What's this person saying?
they're asking me how I'm doing. They're also asking me. It says say hello. Hello. I don't know how to say hello in Russian. Hello. But yes.
It's like I'm looking at the first message.
We know
I sent
speak
to him,
your
it's like
language.
banging on the keyboard.
Hi, Krushka. Krushka.
Krushka.
That's how you pronounce the name. Krushka. That's I like the name. Krusha. That's kind of cool.
I want a pierogi.
You want a what?
A pierogi. You don't know what a
No,
pierogi
I don't know
is?
what a pierogi is. That sounds like, you know, a fucking handbag or some kind of like Gucci thing. Like I'm gonna get some fucking like, you know, what was it? Paroka?
It's
I
okay.
mean,
you know what? You know the Chinese dumplings?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine those, but filled with mashed potatoes.
Ugh, that sounds fattening and lovely. Let's all get fat.
sounds like
Yes.
some good food.
It is. Pierogies are great.
A dumpling with mashed potatoes in it. Oh, that sounds
Oh
pretty
wait,
good.
no, they're
He
Polish,
says
not Russian.
not pussy.
What?
I'm trying. This is very very broken. So it's now all these norm guys, not pussies. That's what he's saying, or she. It's very. I think it sounds very broken English.
It's probably because like all the translators for these various languages are actually fucking shit.
I bet that's not what he's saying. If that is what he's saying, I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's probably largely not what they're saying. We're probably getting it way off base.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's why I wonder if this Macedon thing. Remember the thing I messaged you about Macedon?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. That's why I'm hoping that will sort of like take off, and that could be the new Twitter. Teen name said, "Is that a Russian girl? Cause pierogi is a Russian thing." Oh, I'm not Russian, but Saphy,
Yeah.
are you Russian?
No.
There's actually several things that have come to head. Actually, that Project Veritas story.
Mm-hmm.
Is only one thing that's happening with Twitter. Milo Yiannopoulos is actually going with, I believe, a man by the name of Roger Stone in a lawsuit against Twitter. And James Damore is going for a lawsuit against Google.
Really?
Well then.
Mm-hmm. It looks like all of this is coming to a head. Even if they win, it's going to be serious damage to them in the long run for lawyer fees.
Oh yeah. I mean,
corporate lawyers are way more expensive than base lawyers.
well, that's what I'm wondering, if this Macedon thing will be taking off. Like, that's what I'm curious about, you know? Like, that alternate Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, it does sound a little goofy when you say, "Oh, guys, check out my toot."
Well, and when you actually start paying attention to the technologies and stuff, in time there will be competitive markets and other methods of technology and data transfer against the current established ISPs, especially since a lot of scientific innovators, as well as Elon Musk, are trying to launch a global satellite network for faster data transfer.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. The technologies, I think the technologies are going to innovate, and like a lot of people are on the board right now. They don't know what to make of the crises that could ensue with net neutrality. They don't even actually know if crises will happen, because these corporations haven't really made their intents known. But at the same time, people have pointed out that the net neutrality regulations and FCC oversight could be the very thing that's hurting startups. Because if startups hit a brick wall, they don't really have any leeway to work with when throttling and various internet practices and stuff are banned under net neutrality. well, let's just say startup sites don't necessarily have the money to scrounge up lawyers every single time they have a dispute with ISPs. So often startups will just innovate new technologies to work around these companies that are standing in their way.
Yeah.
And people have been pointing out that net neutrality could very well be standing in the way of that.
Oh boy.
There's a possibility. There's still way more discussion people need to have about net neutrality, in all honesty.
I honestly just want the internet not to be so package upon package buying, because if that happens, I'm not gonna buy internet. Fuck that.
I mean, yeah. And for example, people did bring up a pretty interesting argument. It is pretty cumbersome, or it is pretty it is a pretty interesting ideal to come to realize that the very safety, neutrality, or regulation of the internet is left up to one agency and a small board of representatives that you did not elect.
Right.
So people like Ajit Pai, they pass a regulation. Ajit Pai undoes it like that.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, Congress has the power to step in and, overturn that repeal. But at the same time, it's very apparent that, with things working like that, you'd have to keep doing that back and forth. Eventually you get people back in there that would protect net neutrality, but eventually you'll have to come right back and defend it when somebody wants to get rid of it again, and Congress will have to assemble again to try and overturn that decision. And it really can't just keep going on like that. It's not fair. It's not something that moves forward. It's not something that sets something solid in motion. And at the same time, people did point out there is nothing in the world quite like the internet. So is it really fair to just brand it as something as simple as a utility like water or your phone bill or electricity?
Right.
Yeah. There really is a larger discussion to be had about all this. And I think I would say this is a large compromise that I would actually willingly have with other people that are have been a part of the net neutrality discussion in political discourse chats that I've been in.
Do you want to put that article in there?
Which article?
The one I linked you to about the whole Twitter shit.
Yeah, I think I already have it in there.
Well, speaking of other things, did you know Dropbox is actually files that confidentiality for U.S. IPO?
I told you that IPO is filed.
What have they been caught doing?
Dropbox aims to have a file sharing privacy value for over $10 billion field in confidentiality for U.S. until public offering. Familiar with the matter said. Goldman Sachs of the group of the J.P. Morgan Chase & Co. will be leading the potential listing, according to People. So representatives for Dropbox, I'm reading this as I go along. It says banks in this month filled additional roles in the IPO, People said. So this is more like Cloud Pitch, Spotify. It sounds like it's more of an expansion thing. Here, I'll let you take a peek at it. Also, I'm gonna post it in general.
Wait. You said banks?
Yes. Check it out.
Oh, you were talking about Goldman Sachs.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at this.
Unlike losing SAP, Dropbox will become to the table with annualizing sales more than $1 billion. Chief Executive Officer Drew Hudson has an interview last year and says also been profitable, excluding interest, taxes, and interpretation and amortization. And those benchmarks of the product is more than 2 years of focusing on the company and expanding the products for their business. Reading and expensing acute and sin. Dropbox could be one of the biggest enterprises of technology company listing in the recent years. The first Data Corp went public with the market at about $14 billion in 2015, the biggest such IPO in the past 5 years. The U.S. early this year, Apollo Global Management LLC, security of ADT Inc., aiming to raise $2 billion in the IPO expected price. January 18th, Spotify, the owners for a large, expensive paid music service, and plan to continue with the unconventional direct uplisting this quarter of a person with a familiar matter said this month. Non-public fillings have becoming more common since July, and this is the Securities Exchange of the Commission becoming allowing of all companies to file IPO documents in confidentiality. Perks obviously are reserved for smaller companies. Let's see. The Dropbox achieved 10 billion private evaluations and the last private funding in round of 2014. While the uncertain whether companies of the inability to share above the evaluation, the stock can only trade higher in once it's in the public. The people said. A cloud pitch as of August. Dropbox has 5 million users, including 200,000 businesses storing and sharing files online in the cloud servers. This lets keep companies' documentation commonly accessible without having to build their own server of documents, commonly accessible without having to build their own servers and farms. This company will have to show potential of the investors and how it's differentiating of the core files of products and the new collaboration from like Google to Microsoft Corp to Inbox Inc. It is likely that the biggest investment of recent years is its own cloud, spending hundreds of millions of dollars to build extra data centers and more than willing to wean itself off of Amazon Inc. and servers with rare and feat software business with 100 million of users. That has made it easier for Dropbox to cut the costs while speeding transfer files. Chief Operating Officials Dennis Woodside said in an interview last year. The two of the banks have a history of working with Dropbox. Goldman Sachs advised the company at least earlier funding around extensive company credit, while JP and Morgan lists 600 million credit to Dropbox. So this is like Dropbox expanding type shit, from what I can understand.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing exactly the only thing a storage site can do. Decrease network congestion and increase storage capability. That's exactly what they're doing. They want people to be able to store more and more and more. It's the only thing that really keeps storage sites going is the capability of people to store bigger file sizes. And it's how Mediafire and Dropbox and Google Drive, all these different ones will compete, will be based sheerly off of storage size, storage capacity.
Definitely. Also, did you guys hear that the ozone layer is healing itself? Did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I told you about that or didn't tell you about that.
I heard something about that, and that could be due to a reduction in carbon emissions, or it could be due to a potential new innovation in American science and technology that we're not being told about. There are conspiracy theorists that believe planes are using chemtrails to cool the atmosphere.
Which is really interesting.
In that regard, that would possibly allow the ozone layers to heal themselves, and the ozone layers do, heal over time.
It won't. I think it will probably heal like within our lifetime, maybe.
Well, it's like air particles are constantly generating, and what carbon emissions are doing is they burn through the ozone layer and create sort of a greenhouse effect if the carbon emissions are large enough. Now, one thing that is gravely misinformed is our carbon emissions don't just come from plants. They can come from cows shitting. So overbreeding cows can cause it. Volcanic eruptions do spit carbon into the air. There's nothing we can do about that.
I think being like just being, I guess, go green, is the best thing as humans we could do.
Fracking causes a lot of issues
What the fuck is fracking?
Fracking, that's when you drill down into the earth to extract gases, I believe. But the way that they go about doing it actually fucks with the tectonic plates, the lithosphere of the earth. Which the theory is that it has higher potential to cause earthquakes. That's a different issue. But they called it global warming, but what it actually is climate change, where the polar ice caps melt, the sea level rises, you see a greater influx in erratic weather behavior. Well, they want to make a statement that the erratic temperatures on particular days in particular parts of the year where it should be snowing or hot could be attributed to climate change, that a massive influx of hurricanes could be contributed to climate change. There's still a lot of research going on about climate change, and I will say an evangelical Christian just denying climate change,
oh my god,
or a person that just thinks climate change is whack job stuff and thinks it shouldn't be discussed at all, that's ridiculous. If it's fake, it should be proven fake fully. If it's real, it needs to be discussed further. And the scientific community don't seem to be dropping it.
Like, it just reminds me of the Flat Earth Society people. Like,
we can't.
There's fucking hardcore evidence that it's there.
Here is one blatant fact: we can't erase the Earth's carbon footprint.
Oh no.
Period. That carbon footprint will always be apparent. All we can do is reduce it from man-made emissions.
Yeah.
That's it.
There is a theory, though, that we're in between an ice age, currently.
It's weird.
I know, yeah, I know what you mean, but I heard a theory that we're in between an ice age.
If sea levels rising isn't enough, quote-unquote, fear-mongering for you in regards to the melting of the polar ice caps, I want to point out, and my father brings up this point as well when he talks about climate change, the polar ice caps have been around for centuries.
Oh, yeah.
There are foreign, dormant diseases in icebergs and ice caps. You don't want to eat the ice there. It's a bad idea.
No. They find
and
flowers and shit.
If those ice caps melt, there's no telling what sort of new diseases we could bring about the Earth as well. That's something they don't even mention on the news when they talk about the ice caps melting. They don't mention that potentially the Black Plague, all sorts of different viruses and stuff could be in those ice caps. Because we just don't know. There are probably ancient viruses we've never even heard of that were never successfully documented are there.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of like the ice caps are sort of protecting us, and I wish there was a way that, you could stop the, not really carbon footprint. It was funny. I know it's going to sound really retarded, but there was an episode of a show that I watched, and there was this enemy. It was a very science-based show that I loved, and there was this enemy that was deliberately melting the polar ice caps. There was a bomb that was experimental. It was like this ice bomb to help reduce global warming and help reduce the ice caps from melting. It was like this ice bomb, and it worked. And I wonder if there's something. I mean, it's science fiction, but nowadays it's not really that far. I mean, we're fucking growing like livers and organs, and for all and we're making rent a womb without renting a woman and a womb. It's literally you can just fucking make a baby in a petri dish and let it grow there and incubate.
Yeah, I will actually say. I mean, carbon emissions are a serious thing, but in regards to global warming, if it's actually a thing, we're seeing like the brunt end sort of stuff of it, and I'm not a massive expert, but I do know that when you go into a greenhouse, there are large amounts of carbon emission because of the fertilizer, the plants in there, and the heating lamps.
Right.
And when you go into a greenhouse, it's really sweltering. It's hot. What they like to call what the global warming does with the ozone layers in the atmosphere is the greenhouse effect. It traps us in with all those carbon emissions. And however the weather shifts, the carbon will adjust the temperatures of that particular season. And, some winters, we've literally outright had it be as hot as a summer day here in Ohio. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah.
It's not supposed to snow in the summer. If something like that happens in a place where it's usually naturally hot, then you should be worried.
What were you saying, Saphy?
I said, did you just say you were in Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
Which part?
Highland County.
Okay, is that closer to Cleveland, Columbus?
It's closer to Brown County, if you know where that is.
Not helping. Are you southern or northern? Okay,
southern, maybe. I'm not certain.
Okay, Google, okay, what county do you live in again? I'll go to Google
Portage.
Highland County.
Portage.
Okay, what? I'm sorry.
I live in Portage.
Okay, Portage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Portale, Portage, Ohio. Okay.
No, not Portage, Ohio. Portage County.
Oh, Portage. Yeah, Portage, Ohio.
Okay, so you're more towards Columbus. I'm closer to the Cleveland area. Sorry.
Yeah, Saphy wants to know where you live so she can come and say hi to you.
Better just to know that, yay, I'm not the only Ohioan.
Well, I live 5 hours away from you, Saphy.
Yay!
With boyfriend speeding on the goddamn highway. That doesn't really help. So, but,
I know, what the hell, Rustic?
Oh yeah, he goes 80 miles per hour. That's great. But, yeah, no, I just hope that we find more ways to, like, slow down the carbon footprint, if not dilute it a little bit.
There's also tons of different reasons that we should change to different resources. For example, places that still use coal, we should definitely find ways to replace coal, because the coal industry is... let's just say some of the people running the coal industry aren't the most ethical people.
Can't you get, like, coal lung or some shit from that? Or, like, some kind
of... Not like anymore. Like, they don't expose people to, like, cave-ins and crap like that much anymore. But there were cave-ins that happened about, I say 4 or 5 years ago here in Ohio. And, yeah, the corporation did a horrible idea in... a horrible job in communicating with the miners' families and keeping them informed on what's going on with their family and stuff like that. And they, to some degree, they show kind of like a blatant disregard for the lives of their employees. I'm not saying other places don't do that, but coal, more so. They just have no qualms with literally getting people killed. You're less likely to be killed in a factory or killed in an engineering job than you are to be killed in a coal mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean you can't be killed in a factory job or in engineering. It just means coal mines are more likely to kill you. Now, I will say, like, as we're moving forward with the industry, you see a lot more automation. You see people wanting to use robots and stuff like that because it's cheaper than hiring manual labor. And they're going to, they'll start using metallic claws and stuff for shipping. They'll start having robots manufacture and build the cars and things like that. And, people would like to say, well, that's going to cost people jobs. Yeah. It'll cost people jobs and generate whole new jobs in the process. This is what's happened with every single innovation.
There was
people don't think the innovation and progress of the automobile didn't put stage buggies out of business. Oh yeah, it did. It did very much.
Not right away, anyway.
Not right away. It was a slow, grueling process, but it did. And it's just a point that happens. The industry evolves, and certain professions no longer become necessary because those professions evolve. You evolve from being a hands-on steel worker to being a person that just manufactures the robots and controls them from a computer panel.
Well, it was funny because, like, I saw this video earlier this morning. Like, I got up around 6. I went to bed, and I actually slept through the night, finally. I was supposed to come back and do commission work, but my body was just like, no, you need to sleep. You've been on a weird schedule. So I ended up going to bed around, like, 2, and I slept until 6. And once I got up, I was, waking up and eating my salad, and I watched this video of this robot. I shared on my Facebook, and it's jumping, and it was really interesting. Like, it can jump, it can get up, it can run. It's excuse me, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's the thing that's sort of funny with science and innovation. Science and innovation will only proceed to make things more and more convenient, which will slowly eradicate the need for human labor in certain departments. There will always be a need for particular professions. For example, you can't have robots to build the robots to build the robots to build the robots. That's just a cycle that would go on and on forever. And yeah, you can't do that. At some point or another, people would have to manufacture the automated robots that took away the die casting jobs in steel mills and crap like that.
Well, I mean, you don't know.
Yeah, it's not practical though. If they made an assembly line of robots that assembled robots, and then made an assembly line for those robots that assembled those robots, that would go on forever.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, that just wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. The world is just a weird and crazy fucking place nowadays, and yeah, I think I hope that Mastodon starts taking off and becoming an actual nice Twitter alternative where people are not censored, but I don't know.
Yeah. And something to point out, apparently in some parts of the rural country, farmers actually use drones and satellite imaging and stuff like that to plot out the land for their harvesting season. So even farmers use some degree of modern technology, some farmers. And it'll probably catch on when that becomes more efficient for farmers than guzzling up gas on their truck to drive around the entire landscape and scope it out manually. More farmers probably will use computers and technology and drones and crap like that to site out their land plots, just because it's cheaper for them to do. They'll have more money for their family from harvest. I mean...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I think ultimately people will always choose efficiency and quality over fear and crap like that. Because often people just want things to be less of a hassle for them. And you could say that's a desire of laziness. But as well, our economy sort of revolves around innovation. People always have to be inventing and making new things to keep the economic structure of a society moving forward. And these companies basically by necessity will keep developing things that make it more efficient and simple for people to do things. And in regards that can dumb them down, up until the point that it requires brilliant minds automatically to know how to run these machines, and then it requires practical algorithmic understanding, computer science knowledge, bunch of stuff. Oh.
What happened?
The dog's making noises. Give me a second here.
Oh boy. So, anything new with you, Saphy? And good morning to people that are just kind of hanging out with us today.
Just kind of hanging out. I'm taking a break from commissions and whatnot to work on some Steven Universe fan art.
Oh, nice, nice. Are these gonna be prints that
If
you're gonna
any
sell?
of you have seen the latest episode, then
Oh, with Pink Diamond?
yes,
I've heard about
I'm
it.
doing something of that nature.
I've heard about it. Don't really watch Steven Universe, but you know.
It's big. Just the fact that Pink Diamond shows up at all is just huge.
Okay,
in
how is
and
it
of
huge as someone
itself.
who's a fan of Steven Universe? How is it a fan for somebody for Steven Universe? Like, how big is it? I'm curious.
Very big. Like, it's like the 4th season and they're finally revealing Pink Diamond as a character. Like, there's been lots and lots of speculation over how she would be, and just, you know, how she got shattered, because the whole thing that keeps Steven Universe, like, people from coming back, is like, the mystery behind, you know, the show, like, these aliens and who shattered who. It's a long story to like.
No,
a
I've
non-fan.
definitely divulged into here and there when it like first came out. I did like some of the characters. Like, honestly, my favorite characters are Rose and Greg. I think they're fucking adorable as all hell, and you know, they're my favorite. I just love their relationship. I love their dynamic, and but I also like Bird Mom.
Yes, Bird Mom is a great mom. I personally like Amethyst.
Yeah, she's
Again,
fun.
I end up finding myself liking a lot of the characters.
Well, they're all interesting dynamics, you know what I mean? Like, one's like a kid, the other one's like a mom, the other one's like, the rhythm and blues mom, meaning Garnet, like, the...
It's all a mystery because it all revolves around Rose as a character, but nobody knows where she, you know, because she's dead now, I mean, nobody knows what happened, because the reason why, like, the conflict has started is because of Rose, or at least, like, the mystery behind her that nobody can figure out, you know?
I heard a theory that people were like, you know, they were saying that Pink Lion, the Pink Lion was Rose, but that's not the case. But I want to propose a theory. Now, I know that Steven, I know enough of the show to at least understand some bits and pieces. I know that Steven is, you know, a part of Rose, or is the human part of Rose, at least, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Here's a theory. Now, you know how people have past lives or past regressions where they have past life memories and stuff like that? And married stories like this, people share memories. Now, do you think that Steven could have maybe have some memories that Rose has, or they share the same memories? That are maybe
no,
not...
actually, Steven has found himself reliving, or at least like seeing things that the diamonds do. He has some weird connection to the diamonds that nobody else has, and it's weird but also cool. Like, I showed you the clip of the Pink Diamond thing.
She's cute. I like her.
And angry and angsty.
I'm an angsty teenager, Mom's not a phase.
It's just who knows at this point, except for like the crew behind Steven Universe.
Now,
I want my own army. I want my own planet. I want it. It's like a Sweet 16 teen.
Oh God. But just curious, do the people, like, you know those things that are called Steven Moms? Like, I've seen them, but do the people that work on the show, do they purposely do that? Like, do they purposely like drop that, or is it actually leaked from Cartoon Network?
It's purposely dropped. It was recently shown as a new episode. Although they've had issues with people who've leaked in the past. So I can see your concern.
Well, it's more so like, you know, do they do it on purpose? Do they, you know, do they do it on purpose? Do they, you know...
Like, do they, like,
leak their shit on purpose?
Like, the episode?
Yeah.
They have it leaked on purpose? I doubt it.
Oh no, I heard that some people who, like, you know, do shit like that sort of leak shit on purpose just for, like, the hype of train.
Who knows? I don't.
But yeah, where did Sharpwing go?
I don't know.
So what's up, people? You've been awfully quiet, the people that are watching this. Are you alive? Are you dead?
I'm alive.
Are you alive? Are you dead? Do you feel drained? Do you feel angry? I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Nobody knows the
Nobody
trouble.
knows the trouble I feel in pain. Oh, hey, QVC is live streaming. And they are selling Breezies. Breezies, a set of 6 cotton panties with the ultimate air lining. Let's see. This is a department store of cotton. There is a difference cotton, definitely. Let them buy more and, oh, okay. Oh, and you get like a nice little 6-pack of it. The price is $40 for QVC and you pay $20. Breezies. Sharpwing, welcome back.
Hey.
QVC is having a live show right now, and they're selling panties called Breezies that look like 40-year-old granny panties.
Oh, God.
And, yes, it is, they have the blue tones and ivory and pink, and she's caressing the panties like this, like wiggling them. It's really disturbing.
Ugh.
Oh God, somebody said, what's the weirdest anime you've seen? And someone says Uganda, Knuckles.
I would say... I'm trying to think of the weirdest anime I've seen.
Well, it's on my personal Facebook Silent Glass, so I'm not really expecting you to believe. Let's see. Oh God, they're like going really in depth about how wonderful this cotton panty is. It's really disturbing. But yeah, I have a quick question for you, Sharpwing. Do you think this, not, I'm about to say this Uganda Twitter. The Uganda Twitter, everybody. No, this, the Macedon Twitter. What do you think? You think it's got to be taken off with all this shit that's been going on behind the scenes of Twitter? Like, I'm not saying Twitter's going anywhere, but do you think that people are now going to start, like, sort of like the whole, Apocalypse fiasco? You think people are going to start making more, like, alternate YouTubes, alternate, like, Twitters? What do you think? Because you seem to be knowing the know about this versus, you know, someone like me.
Maybe. What was your specific question?
Where do you think, this, Twitter or alternative, the Toots, the Macedon, where do you think that's gonna go?
There's no telling, really. Blockchain technology is something that hasn't been largely explored, so it takes alternatives like this to really, really explore the possibilities. And I saw stuff, but essentially, Mastodon is not responsible for the blockchain. All these different instances and stuff of Mastodon are responsible for managing and working with themselves. And it gives you all sorts of different options. You know, you have you basically have options to decide your Mastodon experience. And something that both intrigued me yet heavily disturbed me, because I didn't really know what the context for it was, is you have an option to allow illegal content on Mastodon. And I have...
Wait, what? Wait.
I have...
Wait, what did you say?
I have no idea what that can entail.
So wait, wait, repeat that one more time. What did you say? Illegal?
You have an option to allow yourself to see and find illegal content on Mastodon. Then that could mean piracy, it could mean freaking various Japanese taboo fetishes, it could mean drugs. Who knows what it can mean?
Because they don't entail. Right now, I'm a little disturbed.
They don't entail it specifically.
Holy fuck.
And it's the thing, because the blockchain is not under their control, and they're literally letting you control your own experience. You pretty much control everything you see. Meaning, yeah, you could see that illegal content, but I imagine if you get caught, Mastodon's not responsible. You are.
Silent Blast says, buy Coke from Mastodon.
Buy Coke from Mastodon.
Oh god, that's so fucking disturbing.
A Mastodon instance. They have like all these different instances and stuff of groups and things you can join. And I haven't gotten around to fully understanding it. I haven't joined any of these instances yet to see what the Mastodon looks like. But it's
I'm not feeling Pick Diamond right now.
It's intriguing to say the least.
Honestly, I don't really feel like drawing right now.
Don't worry, Saphy. You're cool. Someone says traps are gray. 69 says, hey, what's up, fam? They're on Twitch. But yeah, that's a little disturbing. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna get one. I almost got one, but I'm not gonna get one now.
See, that's the thing with blockchain. These instances are fully responsible for themselves. Mastodon accepts no responsibility for these people whatsoever because of the blockchain. You essentially create your own instance, create your own discussion forum, and all that stuff. Mastodon is just a hosting platform, it seems.
Interesting.
It's strange how it works.
Really strange. I kind of can't, like, I can wrap my head around it, but at the same time, you think that people who own a website could at least do, like, you know, have it less, like, don't, like, do the shadow banning or the shifty ships.
That's the consequence to pay if you don't want them involved in your shit. That means they can't be involved in anybody else's shit either. They can't just cite you out and say, oh, we're going to leave you alone. Nope, they have to leave the whole shebang alone.
Well then.
Trap says, what up, babe? We're just shooting the shit and talking. That's pretty much what it is. What are you up to?
Should I just go to Twitch and stay on Twitch?
Oh, yeah.
Since Silent Blast is kind of the only one who's, you know...
talking. Yeah, I can. It's fine. I mean, wherever they come from, they come from. It's not, you know, it's not restricted.
I'm surprised that Cool Kid guy isn't around. Probably gave up.
Oh, Cool Kid? Yeah, I'm surprised he's not around either. But it's probably too early in the morning for him, or he's off doing whatever.
Yeah. Who came in?
Hello.
Oh, hey, Gonzo.
Gonzo.
I was expecting it to be late, and I would just...
are up early.
Well, I've been up since 6. Oh, somebody followed. Thank you, Traps Are Gray 69. Your name just makes me laugh. Abe, thanks for stalking me or following on joining the Cat Club. I do random bullshit on here. I dress up in various characters and I play games, or I just sit and talk to people with my peeps in here. Saphy,
Yeah.
Gonzo, and the Sharp Wang. Oh, did you read about the
Sharp
bitch?
Wang.
Proud to join the Legion. Aw, you're cute, thanks. We have a Discord if you're interested. Like, we just hang out and we literally... I don't know really what to describe my place, the meme house. It's literally a shitpost room. Sharp has a Sharp Wang.
That's what you said.
Sharp has a Sharp Wang. Discord. He did something. I think it's a command. It's right there. Like if you scroll down, where you see yes, I'm trash. I like anime. You'll see Kit Kat Club Discord server, the place where people just hang out and shit. So yeah. So if you like video games and random bullshittery, come and join. We're kind of cool. Gotcha. Yee. But yeah, what do you think, Gonzo? Did you read the story about? Because I know you commented on my Facebook. Did you see the whole thing about the lady who returned her dead tree to Costco? I don't think you heard about that, Sharpwing. Gonzo?
Hang on, I'm dealing with something real quick.
Sharpwing. Hello? Oh, they're all away. Okay, they're away. Oh no.
Did Sharpwing like go MIA or something?
Sharpwing, I think, went off into the distance. He went off into space and he never came back. He went to Sharpwing Legion Land and he never came back. He went to his home planet Mars.
Let's see what this whole ordeal is.
No, we already went over it, but I wanted to. I'll do the abridged version if you want.
Oh, don't worry, I can read.
Alright, well, I'm gonna tell the abridged version to Sharpwing.
If he's alive.
Sharpwing.
Give us a sign.
Give us some reeing orange boy. Come on, ree for me, bitch. Tangerine boy.
Wait, I know how to
Throw him some butts. He loves ass.
Oh, he left.
Oh
no, I threw him in the can.
No.
If he comes back, then he's around.
No, bring him back. Now he's back.
Yeah, he did it on his own.
Yeah. All right.
That's how you know he's alive.
I heard him like going
Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
The squirrel.
Chaps are great. I hope you enjoy your stay here at my weird insanity place. I hope you don't mind video games, cosplay, and really weird bizarre shit. Because that's usually consists of my Twitch and voice acting and YouTube and all that crap. So, yee!
So, hold on. I'm going to take a look at this. So, maybe I can summarize it. So, some woman
Yes.
went to Costco
Yes.
and had proof of purchase that she bought this dead-ass tree
Yep.
and decided to return it just to get money back?
Yeah. It was still in the day range type crap, so yeah.
Attaboy.
Attaboy! So yes,
Costco.
Holy
shit.
And Costco,
You shouldn't leave.
And Costco was so nice to fucking do it and be like,
Oblige with this woman's unfucking found greed. How much does she even pay for this thing?
I don't know, fam. Saphy went BRB.
I'm looking around.
We read it
Let's
earlier
see how much this goddamn thing
morning.
is. Let's see if there's like some sort of fucking...
They sell
Fucking this.
They sell anything? What does Costco even like? Costco sells everything. I think.
Hang on. Costco.
Isn't that a Canadian store chain?
No. Since it's out of Santa Clara, California.
Oh, it sounded Canadian to me. Forgive me, I'm retarded.
There's no fucking American multinational
It's like a
corporation
better
operates
Walmart.
on a chain of membership-only warehouse clubs. So basically, it's like Sam's Club.
Well, it's us. Oh, well, I hope they have better things than Walmart. Oh, you know what's funny? I should go on my Facebook and check the people of Walmart because I'm just that, you know.
You're far behind her, shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's literally my new crack cocaine. I love that you showed me, and now you regret this.
It's been ages ago.
You regret showing me this. People.
No, I just regret letting you continue on with your Christian shit.
Let's see. What happens in the barn stays in the barn. A woman with a shirt who is like obese-ish, and yeah, she's walking around. There is an old man that looks. Who is the guy that runs Steam?
I know one of the major names, Gabe Newell.
Like, if you look at this guy's face, he looks like that guy that runs Steam, and he was holding he's in a wheelchair with a blow-up doll in his hand that looks like a sex doll. That looks young.
That sounds great.
Then there is the fucking Scooty Puffs wheelchair line. And then suiting up for the Pepto this week, 69, and he's in the deodorant aisle. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh, he's...
I think paint on clothes only work on thin women.
No. Why do people fucking walk around in fucking Walmart with shit-stained pants? Like, I don't understand that.
It's called being piss poor.
Oh my god, this guy is wearing a fake Elvis hat. It's great. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Elvis has entered the building.
Oh, can you spell denial?
Oh, it's strawberry and shortcake in the flesh, y'all. Oh my god.
Strawberry shortcake.
Look, it's strawberry shortcake. The aftermath years when the cocaine took over.
Jesus, Pinkie Pie must have had a bad business thanks to those leaks.
Oh my god, I love this site. I love this site. I love this site fucking so much. That's great. So, yeah. Sharpwing, are you back?
You have to give me a minute.
Okay.
Hold it.
Okay.
He's back physically, but his mind is probably a few ways away.
So, yeah, because I want to abridge. Did you hear the story about the tree yet? I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place.
I looked it up. I wish I knew. I wish somebody would have said how much they gave her for that tree.
Well, let's estimate. What does a normal tree cost in a place that's similar to Walmart?
Okay, let's do Google. Let's see. Average price for a tree. Wait a minute, Christmas tree.
Yeah, you gotta just go buy a tree and then plant it in the ground.
Last year, 2.7 million Christmas trees were sold at an average price of $74.70.
So, let's estimate, give or take a few
But that
dollars.
was just published November 28, 2017.
Okay, we'll give or take a few dollars. And now it's in the new year. She could, because it was in the 90-day policy, so I'm gonna be generous and say it was probably between maybe from 50 to 70 bucks, as the regular statement said. And I think possibly that she maybe got that same amount of money, if not struck right back.
All right, now how about a Costco Christmas tree? if we could find this shit. Holy shit, the woman's dominating this. Let's see, Costco Christmas tree. No. No. Not artificial.
Sorry if I'm wiggling on the screen. There's music in the background. It's really catchy.
Many of these trees, are most of the trees that I'm looking through that are sold through Costco are fucking. They're below $100 or above $100.
Okay.
I'm seeing fucking. I see one artificial Christmas tree pre-lit for $509.
Well, she bought
But
a real Christmas tree.
So that's probably between $50 and $70.
Okay, Gonzo, I know what we're gonna do if we want money back. We're gonna buy a tree at Costco and fucking return it after the holidays. We want to do rent a tree.
Bitch, just buy a fake one.
No, Gonzo. You have to market on this shit, man.
That's not a market. That's just being stupid.
Come on. I mean, you gotta market on this.
It's pretty much just null and void at one point. Just fucking... Just to deal with something that's stupid anyway. Fucking, I remember at one point I got a fucking small ass Christmas tree through the dollar store. Can't remember how much it was.
It was $20.
Maybe. I'm trying to remember. Small pre-lit Christmas trees. The holiday aisles, 4-foot green artificial Christmas tree for $27.98 from 5 different stores. Which sounds pretty reasonable. And probably somewhat the same. Feels like the kind of price I might have paid for.
Well, I mean...
Just buy a fake tree. Don't go through this bullshit.
Oh, hey. I don't know, dude.
Alright, let's see those fucking... What the hell are you doing anyways? Let's see. That one doesn't look like it came from people at Walmart. And neither did this one. And neither did this one. Where the hell are you getting these?
What do you mean?
The 3 recent pics that you posted in the general chat.
That's not even me. That's fucking Silent Blast. There's another Facebook
Where's he
group.
getting this shit?
He has another similar thing called there's a Facebook web thing called the Hex. Let me see. I'll go to the page and I'll read it for you. It's called the People of PX, which is like another Walmart, but apparently better. And it's just a parody. It's like
a parody. If it's a mega store, I'm not sure if it is arranged to be better or worse than Walmart.
Well, I mean, come on, Walmart. Like, okay, one time I had a weird ventures in Walmart. Like, okay, I know this is gonna sound really dumb, but I still play Pokemon Go. For those that do not know, some do. A lot of people that follow me do know that I still play Pokemon Go. Some people don't, because sometimes people just come and go as they please. And I want to go into a Walmart and see if I caught a Wooper in a Walmart. I caught some Venomoth in a Walmart. I want to see if I can get a Snorlax in a Walmart.
No, you're not supposed to catch the Snorlaxes. They're people.
Well, come on.
Do not fucking try to catch the Snorlaxes there.
Why not?
They will sue you. Those Snorlaxes are fucking people.
No, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the actual Pokemon, bitch.
I'm trying to fuck with you. It's failing so bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's all she... Okay. But, yeah, no. Yeah, no. I want to go in there and catch a Pokemon that, you know, I want to catch Snorlax. I'm a horrible, horrible person.
If it's running a rascal, leave it alone.
I'm not gonna go chase after a fat person and throw a Pokeball at it. Goddamn, you think I'm that cruel? I'm gonna catch
I'm just reminding
catch a
you so that
fucking
way you don't
digital
go,
thing.
you know.
Fine, I'll come over to Indiana and fucking go in your apartment complex and goddamn look for Pokemon there.
I doubt you're gonna get it much here. I mean, I at one point ran like this fucking fake Pokemon little track thing or whatever, which is supposed to show Pokemon around your area at one point. Although it's been a while, they probably updated it now, but there was not any sort of Pokemon that would appear in my neck of the woods for 30 miles.
Really?
Nada. If you have Pokemon Go out here in these neck of the woods, you're not gonna get shit.
Well, get Pokemon Go. It's fun. You can walk outside and do shit.
Fuck you, no.
Come on,
I already
man,
went
you know?
outside earlier today
Come on,
anyway.
Come on, be hip with the kids. I'm hip with the kids.
I already went outside today.
What's with the screaming? That is Sharpwing's sister. She is, she's in the background.
She's
disabled.
Yeah, she only speaks
in vocal terms.
Screams and shouts and all that. I think it was due to I want to say a horseback accident or something. Or something like that. I want to say that, but I can't remember for the life of me. Shit. Yeah.
That's okay. That usually, like, happens, so it's fine.
No hospital will be able to treat this kind of bullshit.
But, no. Send me through PMs, no in the open. What the fuck are you talking about? It's a Militar Walmart essentially. What?
Is he talking about the PX?
Yeah, he's still on about that.
Could have just. He's in here in the meme house, Silent. You're in the meme house, Silent Blast. You could have just typed it in general. Oh, Lord.
The day's starting off great, isn't it, Gonzo?
Especially since I already had to go outside. I needed a few things, but my bike is too frozen, so I walked.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Holy the weather's already like affected me. I mean, there's frozen shit underneath it because it was freezing this morning. Frozen snow pretty much accumulating now. I think they're trying to shovel out the parking lot.
What was I gonna say? Were you at the bathroom or something, or getting food? Were you at the bathroom or getting food, Saphy?
Oh, shut up.
I did not hear what you said. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you go to the bathroom or something? Like, where did you go?
The dog had to go out, and I needed a shower.
Oh, well, you're all nice and clean, so I might be taking a shower.
And shirtless.
Oh, okay. Saphy's topless, everybody. It's just well, it's only 4 viewers, you know. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Nobody's seeing anything, so
it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Here.
Well, it's not like all of us were actively taking off our tops and shit and be like, "Hey, this is our titties."
I was gonna say, this is why people should come here in the morning to see the tits.
Yes, we have tits galore that you can't see because they're covered up.
Hopefully, my dog won't be a dick and.
But yeah. So how are the people doing today? Are you guys doing good? Technical 3 viewers. It doesn't really matter. I'm looking on the counter on the restream, so I mean, it doesn't matter.
It's total amount of people here.
Yeah, it's a combination, but whatever. But yeah, no.
Oh god, wait, what?
What?
There's a site where you can create yourself as your very own Family Guy character.
Really?
Because Family Guy will be celebrating its 300th episode on Sunday, the 14th.
You mean they haven't
That
already?
sounds bad.
How do they last?
How it's
300
still alive, I have no idea. Hopefully it dies after 300.
I thought it had like a 1,000 episode.
No, Kitty, it wouldn't be. Okay, Kitty? The Simpsons at 600 plus episode. What makes you think that Family Guy would be in the 1,000?
I don't know. I don't know.
Look, Kitty, Family Guy has been a more recent thing. The Simpsons has been on ever since the 80s, early 90s.
Oh, okay, that's probably what I'm getting mixed up with.
Yeah. The Simpsons, okay, if I can, like, define. Okay, put Simpsons and Futurama its own category, and, Family Guy and American Dad in another. And you would have, like, a 4 system where it's a smart show for dumb people and a smart show for smart people. Yeah. Hang on. Let me find the meme.
I'm thinking Family Guy's being the dumb show for dumb people.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Gonzo, guess what?
Shit. I want to make a joke, but I just brain farted.
Oh. There's Sharkwing, he's being Peter Griffin. But
I wanted to make a joke, yeah.
I'm gonna be rooting with Saphy at a convention this year. It's gonna be fun.
Which convention?
BronyCon.
BronyCon. BronyCon,
Yeah.
we're roaming this year.
Alright.
Yeah. Also for like the very next year, because I want to lose. Like there are no hotels in the Kalahari right now.
Is this for the con that's coming up in your state? What's it called? MomoCon?
No, it's a Colossal Con. Colossal Con is currently sold out. It's to like, their convention hotel status.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, we
book it now.
This year. Well, we've already booked, but who's and what's it next year for Colossal Con we room together.
Yeah, no, definitely. That'd be a lot of fun. I mean, you could bring your boyfriend, and I'll bring my boyfriend, and we'll all have, like...
a hotel room and go out to the Kalahari and be like vacation.
Yeah, it'll be fun, and, it'll get...
I'll drive.
Sweet. We'll have fun, we'll get drunk, and it'll be crazy.
Yeah. That's assuming F Common wants to go with me.
There's a MomoCon. There are a lot of MomoCons around the U.S. There's a MomoCon where I live, and it lives 20 minutes away, and it takes place on a college campus, and it's during the week of my birthday.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of it. Colossal Con is usually like during the start of summer vacation.
Nice. Hopefully by then I'll have my Mercy cosplay, my Diva cosplay, whatever. I still want to get into that anime.
May 31st to June 3rd
I can't
is when
say the one with the big titties.
Lukua.
No, not Lukua, but that is a cosplay I want to do. But
what series?
It's the one that
Keijo?
It's
I think I know what you're talking. One chick from the stereotype anime.
It's the stereotype anime. I haven't watched it, but I really want to get into it.
Yeah. Actually, Kitty, if you wanted to drive down, like for a weekend or whatever, we could hang out and like go day at Salon.
Yeah, I know, that sounds like fun.
Like, during summer you come down to Ohio and we could just hang out, have our own weekend, and maybe on Saturday con we go.
Oh, that sounds like fun, yeah.
Or Sunday, because Sunday everything is sort of died down.
Oh,
And
yeah.
nothing's as crazy.
It's Friday and Saturday are the days that you should really go and, hang out and see people and shit.
We could probably go like Friday. Like, let me look at the app. Registration. Yeah, Fridays at the door is 37 minutes. I guess it's not that bad. I mean, Saturday it's like 45.
Yeah, no.
So yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I really want to go to like more conventions. I just think they're so much fun. You can interact with people and shit, and it's nice to get your picture taken. But I heard a creepy convention story. Like there's this guy who was taking pictures of girls, but like he wanted them in weird positions, like a little very suggestive, if you will. And he says, "Oh, we'll take this off a little more, take this off a little more," and they were like, "Okay." And then apparently one of the staff members found him in the fucking bathroom masturbating these pictures in the stall.
Oh my god, that is so gross. That is so gross.
You just wait until they got to the fucking hotel room at least.
People at conventions are just bizarre. Like the weirdest fucking shit. You can get sexually harassed, or you can get like creeped on.
Docked. Docked.
Stalk, not docs, but yeah, one of the two, maybe both, all of them. It's just weird. Like I've heard.
Not unless you're that stupid to display your public information, your private information to the public. Like, hey, this is my driver's license.
Just have a neon sign saying your date of birth, where you were born, where you live, and just like walk around with it.
Your social security number, for God's sake.
What?
Anyways, but yeah, people are creepy. Like, I know, like at BernieCon, whatever. Like, I wasn't there because I was too busy like helping at a table. I know there's been like stories of like certain people at cons who've done some pretty fucked up shit last year.
Are we talking
like
about
one kid,
like
Silver,
Silver
Girl, like my senpai, who I know. Okay, so apparently during this long-awaited panel at Antonacy, Lightning Bliss was sitting there with Dr. Wolf's brother. And, they were waiting for the panel to start, and suddenly the kid was laughing, like, maniacally, for no reason. And, this kid's, like, poking her, like, hey. And, she's getting impatient, and then it came to a point where she's like, what? The kid shows her a picture. It's of Silver Quill in a noose.
Whoa.
Wait.
Yeah, and then he
what?
started laughing like a crazy maniac. People are like telling him, what the fuck, that's not funny. He keeps doing it anyway, like, the fuck.
Aren't you
laughing at what?
People are crazy. I wasn't there. I was actually at Silver's panel when this was happening because Antonacy's panel and Silver's panel was going on at the same time. I was the only one who went to Silver's panel because Antonacy is from Australia and it was his first time in America. So of course nobody was gonna miss it. Whatever, I had the privilege of helping Silver. Yeah. But,
so what exactly were they laughing at?
It's a good thing I wasn't there, or else I would have gotten thrown out of the con.
Basically, I'm gonna abridge this. Silver, there's a kid, like, was he like a little boy or like a little kid?
No, he was at least an autist because he was at least of teenage age, enough to know better.
Yeah, and he was laughing at Silver Quill's like persona being hung in a noose.
That he drew, yeah.
I'm super edgy. I put a popular brony through the news.
Oh my god.
People are gonna like me.
Chief
Like, that would have been
Marcus.
horrifying me. If I was there, I would have punched that kid in the nose without any consequence.
Well, you
without
probably would get
hesitation.
yelled at, but hey, I understand
yeah.
what you mean. You know, drop kick that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Chief Marcus this afternoon. Hey, Chief, what's up? It's
You-
10:49 a.m. over here in because you said you're from the UK, and so yeah, it's like almost 10 o'clock here. So, dang.
But yeah, a lot of fucked up things happen at conventions. Like,
Oh
God, I
yeah.
remember one year at ColossalCon, I had beer spilled on me because some guy decided to hug people while he was drunk in a free hug line that I was in just because.
Yeah, there are some people that take free hugging to a weird thing, and yeah,
He was drunk. I mean, he wasn't doing anything gropingly or whatever or anything. I was like 15 at the time.
mhm.
But yeah, he spilled beer on me and it was weird. Like, okay. He
Uh,
had beer in his hand while he was hugging me or whatever. I had one guy though, like whisper in my ear, "I will eat your soul."
Hey, pretty mama,
Sounds
let me
about right.
whisper in your ear. I'm gonna eat your soul now. Take it. God. Also, recently, a few days ago, I don't know if everybody knows, just a side topic, that the Overwatch competitive saphy stuff has just started. Have you guys entered? I know Saphy.
No, because I don't play Overwatch.
Does anybody
I
enter?
can't afford.
No, nobody. I thought about entering, but then I'm like, I'm really shit. I'm not that great. I'm okay. I only main
don't bother.
Mercy and Diva, so.
Don't bother. You probably like regret. You probably be like instant regret.
I don't care.
Competitors and fucking competitive fucking seasons can go like fucking ape shit.
Well, I mean, hey, you know, it's starting, so, and there's a whole article about it, like, Women of Overwatch, like, it talks about, where are the women in the Overwatch League? Overwatch League is a successful launch of Twitter, left Twitter buzzing. Everyone has an opinion on the Dallas Fuel versus a Seoul Dynasty match, or the pizza of Blizzard Arena, or the absence of female players in any Overwatch League lineup. The conversation has been heated on Twitter, with two sides quickly forming. Those who have thought overwhelming male ratio represented failure pro scene reflected, and the inclusive of value of game, with others insist that the talent of the players should be Metacoracy oxide factors considered. So Gishwith-Pensky was, of course, prominently in front of the camera all night. There were also women working behind the scenes, diligently handling press and operations, ensuring everything ran smoothly. Still, the viewers who were hoping that open their Twitch broadcast to see the range of talent who has reflected on the audience of Blizzard's accorded since Overwatch launch were disappointed. This in particular conversation was likely to raise years to come, both in Overwatch and professional scenes. In every other game, as sports aspire, I find myself looking at the past and the current day question of the pool of talent available, focusing on the root of issues. Have we been preparing for the next generation of esport talent? Growing up, I was a weird girl who wasn't interested in any of the stuff my female peers were fascinated with. I have run with Mario, NES, and I have conquered Ocarina of Time when I was 8. Later on that year, I fell in love with StarCraft and began grinding daily and trying to get elusive positive W/L ratios across the continent around the same time. The Danish Threshfong was winning Josh Karamik's Fenar of the Quake tournament. At this point, there have been countless testimonials about what and would like to be a woman online at the same time. I grew up in the middle of that turmoil. When my family dealt with strife, I worked on my strife in deathmatch. I was isolated at school, I was focused on my Zerg rush, and my hobby was misunderstood, mangled, and rarely encouraged. It was difficult for as an adult in my life to encourage because they couldn't understand the basic facts of online gaming. It can't be paused. How could I understand the depths of esports? This is a thing that's drastically improved since then. Mobile gaming has become extremely popular with women and potentially acting as a launching pad for the rest of the gaming and more competitor experiences. The Wii launched in 2006 and spread like wildfire, entertaining homes and getting a whole new generation of unattained gamers in to pick up a controller. This is countless women in North America who had a Wii in their home, and they were 8. 10 years later, they are 18 and they're the age to enter the Overwatch League. So where are they? One critic asked a female Overwatch Overwatch players and answer, well, the name of 3 particular female players lack in response of checkmate, and there's a sign of Semitistic issue of preventing women from entering the scene. I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, I play video games like all the fucking time, so I don't know if I'm the exception to the rule type shit, or we just the gaming industry has picked up women getting focused on gaming. The esport industry has female writers, press agents, support, and staff and other roles. The field of gaming as a whole has never been more accessible. So why isn't it necessarily translating the top tier of their talent? If the esports staircase is at the lowest step, the interest in gaming, and the highest plateau of pro gamer, why aren't more women climbing the top? What are they missing? Where are the stairs that they are missing? It's no secret that harassment in Overwatch and gaming as a whole is a major problem, and the developers have acknowledged and are trying to vanquish the Viva Play Nice, Play Fair initiative. Many women have the potential to go pro and queued up for competitive using voice commands and a wave of toxicity in return. How many of those women decided the climb wasn't worth their trouble? How many women are more interested in video games since they were kids and have been told that this is the hobby for them? The talent pool of women who are interested in chasing this challenge is a niche career. The path is likely to continue us down the culture we live in. I rejected the idea that women are somehow biologically incapable of being in esports. Lazeo Polidari had 3 daughters, and he raised them to be the best they could be in chess. All 3 women became grandmasters. Chess aren't quite the same, but they are far more familiar than esports and than traditional sports, and there's enough overlap to draw the conclusion that women can and will compete. Esports is probably
What does this got to do with Overwatch?
It's basically a comparison that women that I guess play chess competitively can also do it, a competitive game.
Overwatch is different than chess.
I think it's more of a metaphor. That's the way I read it. That's what I hope. That I think that if the Overwatch community has the ability to nurture the talent that is uncovered with women who want to play and get into new women in the scene, we just need to exercise that ability. Let's see. Women are in Overwatch scene, and more are coming in every day. And when the Blizzard Arena was opening day, I was impressed with how many women were in the crowd. More so importantly, I saw young girls, kids my age, that were hung out in the dark of the basement and queued up for the gaming isolation. These were going out in major media esports and experientially aimed at them. There are no words how important that was. We need to reinforce our community at every level. If I often hear dudes scoff that there is no problem in esports and that women pros will show up any day now. I want to call him out of here we go. The sexism in comms and quick plays games.
I think I'm gonna.
You dilute the argument the moment you use the word sexism. You really do.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Because it's a buzzword. You throw that word when you don't have any better arguments. That's it. Period. It doesn't even matter if that wasn't your intention. That's what that just did. Okay. Nobody will take your argument serious because you used the word sexism to describe it.
I know Sharpwing has getting woozy going around. Okay, I know Sharpwing, and we were talking about games and stuff like that, and apparently I just don't understand why
No. I'm not one to say how esports works and stuff like that. I don't know if they have a women's league esports. I don't know if women can be on esports
or it's
teams.
Co-ed.
Or it's co-ed. I don't know how that works. Now, if there really is something stopping women from being able to enter esports teams, fine and dandy. But if women are just choosing not to enter esports teams because they believe that other male players they would have to play alongside are misogynistic, that's their problem.
Yeah, I play video games regardless, and people tell me, when I stream video games, or I stream in general, people have called me a slut, a whore, I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that, and I still play my damn video games. I stream it because they're just so much fun to me, and I find, I love, in Overwatch, I'm not saying that women haven't, I don't want to sound I love the women, the characters in Overwatch,
you can't let that shit get you down.
Yeah, exactly.
But something I despise is they've been trying to dilute the niche of the game industry and say, oh, it's all inclusive. Oh, you must hate women if you're not going to do this. And they start demanding that people dilute the niche, make the games easier, make the player base less discriminatory.
No. I don't want them to make it easier because I had to learn. I when I first played Overwatch, I was shit, and I don't usually play first-person shooter. And one of the two characters I made is D.Va and Mercy. D.Va was easy for me to learn. Mercy was very hard because I had to avoid dying, but I had to keep my team alive. One day, I just got it after practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. And it's really pissing me off the fact that I understand that there has been sort of, in a society, I'm saying more of a society standpoint, that they kind of said that games were, I'm trying to use my words correctly without sounding sexism or sexist. This is like the dawn of the video game time. Like, games were marketed definitely towards boys, but at the same time, there were unisex marketing, like Pac-Man, you know?
Yeah.
Or Mr. Game & Watch. Mario.
It's like, and like, something I want to explain to people in regards to gaming, it's like fiction. And you have like these stupid feminists that are complaining, oh, well, these women are unrealistically beautiful, and and that's a problem. Why? Do you fantasize about being Jabba the Hutt who can barely move an inch?
This is my character, Jabba the Hutt. No, her name is Miss Djibouti, and she fucking just body slams everybody with her fat rolls.
She bodies, you know what?
And she like
somebody should make a game about that.
And then she fucking inhales shit like Kirby. Like another perfect unisex character is Kirby. He's cute. He does great damage, and he can get power-ups. I don't know where this sexism lies. Like, I just saw video games as things to play. So what if sometimes they have a male protagonist, like in Mario, and like in the Pokemon series? Or Zelda. Who cares? You get to be that character and explore that world, play the games, get the power-ups, save the day, Princess Crystal Castle, whatever the fuck.
Can we point out how in Major League Smash Brothers, Princess Peach is usually the first tactical choice?
You know what's funny? I play online on my Wii, on my 3DS. I play Super Smash Brothers, the recent incarnation, and literally, Princess Peach is my main.
Sorry.
And along with Bayonetta, fucking love Bayonetta, and the Wii Sports Trainer, and who else? I use Yoshi, and who's the other one I use? Zelda.
If I started like playing the friggin'
Super
Smash Brothers because I don't have a Wii U, I would totally play as Rosalina.
Yeah, well, Rosalina's weird because I hate Rosalina, to be perfectly honest. I hate the way that she plays because you're commanding your little Luma like to go out and start like fucking bitch slapping other characters, and it's like I want more fucking like magic powers, bitch. If any of them I could recommend, Ness is great. Ganon is pretty good, but Ganon's like really hard to control. Zelda's great because here's the thing: she gets like crystal magic around her or something, and like it's an attack and deflect. One time I played against Toon Critic, and he got so upset with me because I kept deflecting and attacking, and I didn't die.
Like, it's the thing I hate, like with the quote-unquote feminists who talk about, oh, you know, we need to be more inclusive for women in gaming. Like, yeah, like, again, I don't know the whole scene with Major League Gaming, but if there literally is nothing stopping women from going into Major League Gaming, and people are going to complain how there aren't many women in Major League Gaming, somebody fucking go into Major League Gaming to prove them wrong.
You know what? If I might go in there. If this is the case, I will go in there and be like, "Hi, I'm a woman. I don't mind dressing up in some sexual cosplay. Hello, here I am."
They'll hate you.
Oh, but here's the thing.
They'll hate you because you're completely against everything they stand for.
Well, here's the
They
thing.
wanna.
I'm a feminist.
They wanna.
I'm a feminist in my own right.
Yeah.
Because
Think about it. The movement about empowering women wants to figure out how they can get women to believe more and more and more that they are the victims of society. Which is
no.
It's an oxymoron because a movement that empowers women can't do that. If it makes women believe they are victims, it does the exact opposite.
Exactly, and it's like, look, I don't like. Ugh, it makes me so upset. Like, I don't care if they're gonna hate me. I know fucking what's her name, like fucking some feminist gamer bullshit is gonna come after me and say, "Oh, you're oppressing. You're serving the man." I'm like, good, because you know what? Some men like some eye candy, and some other women may like that too if they swing that way. So fuck you.
Now, don't get me wrong. Movements can talk about oppression, but they usually refer to it as, oh, you know, people will punch down at you, but you got to prove them wrong. You got to persevere. Yeah, like, that makes sense. But then the feminist movement comes along, and it's literally trying to convince women that they are victims, and there is nothing that they can do about it.
Exactly.
Without a man's help, and that's fucking stupid.
And that's totally contradicting. That's totally like fucking contradicting about what feminism is about. It's about, you know, I can do the same job as a man can. I can hold the fort as a man can. I can not only raise my, let's go stereotyping here. I can not only raise my kids, or cook in the kitchen, fucking take care of you, and hold a goddamn job, fucking drive a car, and fucking shoot people or whatever. You know, it's like, I can do the most masculine things, but look the most delicate of flowers. Like, you can have the best of both worlds. And I that's why I like cosplaying. And I know this is gonna sound weird, because that's sort of like, it's sort of a movement in a weird way, because it's like, there are people, women especially, and people are saying, oh, cosplay is racist, cosplay is sexist, and it's like, no, it's not. It's what you make of it. Sure, there are people. Look, I love Jessica Negri because, like, she shows off what she got. It's like, you know, she's not afraid to show it off. But a lot of people are just like, oh, that's really kind of weird. You look slutty. And it's like, at the same time, it's like, you know, she isn't hurting anybody. She's not like going out and murdering babies in cosplay. Like, come on.
Yeah, and that statement, that's actually where I actually kind of find the slut walk funny, because the slut walk spits on that.
Yes. So
women are as slutty as possible.
So it's just like, I stopped reading that article. I left it up until then. It said the sexism part. I was like, are you kidding me? We're gonna bring sexism into it. But let me just finish it up to kind of tie it all together. It says, I want to call him out for the sexism that comes in his quick play games. I want writers and editors and content creators to help new people feel that out and find their footing. I want female and pro gamers from big orgs to feel like they have a chance of building a career in arena to top skill learn in. I want this every level of Overwatch to feel every casual play at the top. Ultimately, this does seem dominatingly the male at the moment, but I hope that we're going to change that, and it's already changing. Oh, there's a cute little girl dressed up in a diva costume. She's so cute. Seeing a little diva pose with a female may it not.
Oh, this is cool.
Seeing a diva pose with a female host may not change the numeral tactics or the scene build and fractures, but they will need in the coming days. But it's giving me faith. I'm already a roll my sleeves and ready to do the work, and you should be too. Let's create the Overwatch community of what we want to see.
I found a baby who's dressed up as diva.
Oh my god, yes. I love
if you want the Overwatch community that you want to see, make your own damn community. Don't depend on the whole damn community as a whole to change. That's a fool's errand. That's like saying, oh, hey, I really like anime, but let's try and find a way to get rid of the other 25,000 weeaboo cucks to make anime more respectable. No, you're not going to succeed at that. There's too many cucks. There's too many cringe lords. You're just not going to succeed at that, period.
Exactly, and it's like, it just makes me, like, upset, because it's like, you know,
Like, it's okay to have aspirations, but those aspirations need to be practical. Here's a practical aspiration. Female esports team. Guarantee you could do it. And it could be all female if you want. It could be female and male inclusive. It could be bunch of different women from a bunch of different ethnicities. As long as they're fucking good at playing games, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be the change that you want.
Like,
You can't just preach to others about the change you want to see. You have to set the example.
look, and I'm not, I think another thing that also sort of implies, especially with people on Twitch, and everybody knows, at least in my group of friends, I joke about becoming a titty streamer, or be, you know, with the whole, like, cleavage, and be like, don't pay me money, Wiggles tits, and it's like, I think that definitely left a lot of sour tastes in people's mouth, because, like, I was reading, like, a lot of things about that, about how men got upset a lot. They're getting upset about these women that are getting amounts of money and attention for just literally, like, sitting there looking unamused, barely interacting with their chat, and just, you know, showing off.
tits.
Yeah, it's literally, like, it's a cam show without showing everything.
Well,
I mean,
there's
it would
there's a
offend
simple
any man or woman, and like if you
there's a
just
simple
using the platform to your advantage.
well yeah
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a
You can
simple
have big
statement to
tits,
that. That's
And
called
you can have a pretty face, but you know, it doesn't mean that's what you need to use. I mean, if it works, okay then, but it doesn't mean it's morally ethical.
I mean, not necessarily, no. But at the same time, it's not extraordinarily unethical as well, because it raises another question.
Mm-hmm.
People are constantly shamed for their sexual expressiveness. You either have feminists attacking men for being attracted to women, or society as a whole attracting women for not conforming to a standard of decency.
Yeah, and so everybody's, like, at each other's throats, and it's like...
And people are actually desperate to vent that frustration on both ends of the spectrum.
Oh, yeah, and it's like... I think everybody has other hand in this sort of pot. Yes, Saf?
I said wrong, like, you know, never mind.
No,
sorry.
No, try to... You can explain yourself.
Wrong as
It's
in...
more like when, you know, you were going on, like, yeah, people think it's something. I was like, wrong? Maybe? Is that the word? Am I right?
They think it's wrong, and they think it's, like,
Some-
stealing... It's a weird thing, because there's so many factors involved.
Like, alright, you shouldn't masturbate in public. I think we all agree on that.
Don't be a dark side, Phil.
But why can't our entertainment of choice have a little sex appeal?
Yeah, I mean, like, come on. Like, there are people...
It's not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
We're not talking about she, like, rips her fucking shirt off and she has, like, miniature titty tassels that basically show her nipples through. Or, like, Christ, just... something along the lines of Zoe Berger. All she does is stream while wearing a bikini.
Yeah,
it's not actually that bad.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like, good on her for succeeding at it, because she's not dumb. She knows how to make money. She's not dumb.
Right.
I mean, that's the first mistake a lot of feminists make. They believe that porn stars and strippers and prostitutes, that they're dumb, that they don't know what they're doing. And no, they do.
Because they're sluts.
They do, yeah.
Well, it's not that they're sluts.
But a slut's not dumb.
Exactly. Like,
a slut is
becoming
like,
a slut, like being dumb.
A slut removes that one wall of horizon, that one inhibitor that would allow them to make as much money as they want.
Yeah, it's
and it does.
They're using their sexuality, their appeal, their beauty to make money, and I mean that's not bad. That's why, I mean, people have been doing it for years. I guess, I guess in this sort of, like, with this whole game,
like, you know,
shit, like, everybody's at each other's necks, and it's like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Like, snacks.
Like, slut shaming will probably always be ingrained in our culture.
Oh yeah.
But I think, like, the quote unquote, you know, the people that are called sluts, they view that sort of negative outlook on it as a kind of barrier that sort of holds women back to some degree. And it probably does.
I mean, do what you do, man.
Yeah, do what you do.
I don't know, people are just bizarre.
I mean, like, look at Marilyn Monroe. Bitch was successful, and the thing that she's most notorious for is an air vent scene that blew up her skirt.
Yeah, Yeah.
But she wasn't dumb. She was a very smart woman. She slept with freaking John F. Kennedy, I believe.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know much about her, honestly. So all I know is that she slept around and she was in a shit ton of movies.
Yeah. Yeah, you understand, but like, you know, something of that magnitude. She slept with the president of the United States at one point.
I mean,
That's not like, you can call that a slut if you want, but not just any person gets to sleep with the president of the United States. That's the thing.
you gotta have personality, like.
Yeah.
Like,
Hot damn.
I guess she not only had, you know, the booty, that ass, or them titties, but like I guess she had the personality. I don't know. I never met the woman. She's dead.
I think, like, and it's sort of a thing. All right, you know, if they're going around flaunting it and waving it in everybody's face, that's one thing. But just when that knowledge comes to us that a person used their own sexuality to get ahead in life, and then they're shamed for it, the question comes up: what business is that of ours?
Well,
seriously, where do we insert ourselves in that?
Well, people for years, like, and this goes like even a deeper level. People for fucking years have felt the need, not. Now this is gonna sound sexist. I bet this happened towards men, but it was a lot geared towards women because of religion, because of what religion and you know, what is the moral value. I mean, you know, they feel like they need to you know, say you can't have sex and you can't look like this, but you can do this, this, and this, when a guy can do whatever he wants. And I think it's sort of like really old world values that are synced in, and then it's also on top of it, like how can I put it? It's people and a lot of men, and there are some women, but like the people like in Congress, like feel like, if, for example, abortion's a great like example, like they feel as if they need to tell women like you can't have an abortion, or you need to carry the kid, or it's illegal to have an abortion, or something like that. And it's like, and it goes back to what you say. Who in your fucking right mind can you tell me whether I want to have a baby or not, or whether I want to exploit myself or not? And I'm not saying that these girls that are on Twitch are bad. I'm just saying I think they sort of they help, but they don't at the same time. They kind of like they're like a double-sided coin. Like they help, like, but they don't.
And then it doesn't help when people just treat abortions like this thing that they can just abuse, which, you know, people that are on the opposite side of that look at that and they're like, oh, look, they're sociopathic, they're barbaric, they have no qualms with just killing children like it's a game. And that's how they view it, is you
but there are some people that
you abort a child and you're killing a child.
Well, there are some people in the world that do view like abortion as a murder, because and I can empathize with that. I can really understand that. But there are just some people that just
I think like something that keeps people so divided on the issue is a place like Planned Parenthood. They're really, I mean, when you learn the stories about these people, they're really not good people. They've been caught like negotiating with people about selling fetal tissue, and one employee at the desk, there was an undercover reporter, and he was pretending to be a pimp that was sexually assaulting a 13-year-old, and the woman behind the desk was giving him pointers on how to cover it up.
Wow, fucking
yeah, like fuck, you don't. And then like the thing that pisses so many people off, there are actually government programs that cause tax dollars to go to those people. And so now there's this massive fight against Planned Parenthood because people are disgusted with that organization.
I don't fucking blame them, dude.
And that makes abortions look bad because it doesn't help that the press uses Planned Parenthood as this wonderful paragon for parents in need to get contraceptives and condoms and stuff, and abortions. But abortions, that's the hot button topic. And you know, since this place has been viewed as the prime area where you know, pregnant women go to get abortions, Yeah, since those people are viewed as that, abortions are also viewed as more unethical than they originally viewed them, because they think, oh, well, when people like this endorse abortion, then that must mean, of course, that must mean they're evil people. Confirm our stereotype, basically.
You know, women that were like raped or abused and then, you know, got pregnant without the okay, or were guys sabotaged. Like, I'm not saying guys in general, but you know, this goes both ways. Like, there are women
it's sort
that
of
will,
like, like here's what I don't like. You're somebody that wants to kill that stereotype. You want a society where people stop calling women who get an abortion, you know, murderers and sociopaths, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're not making yourself look good when you defend an organization like Planned Parenthood. You're making all mothers that get an abortion from then on look very, very bad. And you sort of reconfirm,
right,
and boost populist biases. And that's the game right there. Public sympathies is what determines what changes in the next generation. And that's sort of where activism comes in. And
then there's something else that happens within this. Like, there are women that will, you know, get them, you know, well, I want to say get the man, like, in what I'm going to say is get like the man to stay in a relationship. I was about to say get the man pregnant, but that's impossible. I'm saying, like, they'll poke holes in the condoms, like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's safe, and then automatically, I'm pregnant and we use protection, I guess we gotta keep this baby now, and then there's this whole fight going on, and it's like, my God, why the fuck do you do that? I understand maybe you want a kid, but what about the dude? And the dude gets fucking shit on. Like, it goes both ways.
And think about guys who have always, like, have had multiple bad experiences with women, and then come across that. That makes them think all women are bad.
Exactly. And, you know, I just wanted to speak for the men on their behalf, because, you know, they go through this as well. They may not experience the birth, they may not experience the baby holding, or you know, the pregnancy progression, but they go through, I think they experience a different, it's like they're spiritually pregnant, if you will. Like, they experience their own ups and downs and falls, if they want the baby or not. And I just think that's horrible that people, like, women would literally deliberately sabotage their lovers. Like, I would never do that.
Stereotypes work in two ways. There are hateful, vile people whose minds you will not be able to change. And then there are people that are just so afraid, frightened by the world around them, that they form these stereotypes because they think they're protecting themselves by doing that. And, well, essentially it requires an outside person to burst that bubble for them. And that only happens if the person that is trying to disprove that stereotype can show the very empathy that they're trying to prove to that person.
Right.
If what they show is, well, you know, if you keep believing that, you're sexist, you're a bigot, that pushes them further into the stereotype. That doesn't convince them that women aren't evil. It makes them think even more that women are evil, because, like, oh, look at this. Rather than try and help me, you're telling me that I'm a sexist and a bigot if I don't agree with you. So here you are, passing out ultimatums, high and mighty vagina. I don't really like women that much now. And, like, it's a tough issue. And I'm going to say right now, the MGTOW movement and the feminist movement don't help that. And the MGTOW movement exists because of the generally sociopathic women that have just outright fucking abused men.
And, you know, I think...
And they go MGTOW because they don't want to marry anymore. They're fucking done with it. They think all women are out to get them.
That's why I'm not getting... Like, this is where I guess... I don't know. Like, this is where I come in, like... I wouldn't, like, here's the thing. I don't like marriage because of the whole legal contract bullshit. And I also don't like the fact, that, you know, you can get screwed over. So, like, what I would like is sort of like a unity type thing of where, you know, you guys, you know what I mean? I want marriage without, like, the whole legal binding contract type shit. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think men would like that too, because, like, you know, like.
I think people would. I think anybody in general would like it. In general, if marriage was legally binding contract, they both know what they sign up for. If somebody gets divorced, they don't lose half of the shit that they earned with their money. Oh, but wait, it's our money. There should be an option to not have a joint bank account.
Isn't there a thing like a prenup? What does that do
Yeah,
again?
a prenup is where
Yeah,
you get married, but then you just detach it, and everything that you have is yours.
Yeah.
Everything you have is his.
But that's the issue with the prenup. Like, a lot of people find the prenup unethical because it also voids the marriage from the record. So it's as if you were never married.
Yeah.
And some people don't like that because of the moral sense of it, because of the tradition.
Doesn't matter. I mean, like, if there was a way that I could be married or like married but like not be legally bound, I would fucking jump on that shit in a heartbeat. Like, I could say, yeah, and it would come up, like, and we register as a couple, like, we are together, and it'd be like, hey, we are married, stay out of the relationship, and that type of thing. Like, I mean, even if, like, my current relationship right now goes like really far in like years and years to come, I kind of would just like I would ask the permission of my partner and be like, can I just wear a ring so that people don't like fucking come up and hit on me, even though probably I would, curb stomp them. Leon says, what does your shirt say? It says, you're not believing I am real, with a unicorn and rainbow on it. Oh, it says, you're not dreaming, I am real, not believing. That's what my shirt says.
You're not dreaming, I'm real.
You're not dreaming, I'm real. I just liked it. I thought, oh, this is kind of cool. I like unicorns and rainbows, and I have a lot of
unicorns and rainbows. Oh, I see you're a girly girl.
No, god damn it, no. I just thought it would be kind of cool. I liked it, and yeah, so I like rainbows.
Guys aren't allowed to like unicorns and rainbows. We're only allowed to like explosions and monster trucks and guns and shit.
Speaking of explosions, I'm still working on Josh's title card, but I'm almost done.
How's that going?
It's going good. It's good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Could you say that Josh Scorcher is explosion obsessed?
Huh?
He's a pyromaniac, Sharpwing.
He's a pyromaniac. He just likes watching shit burn. Yeah!
He'll love watching the world burn.
I just imagine he's got like this really whimsical, giddy smile on his face while he's watching a house burn down. Yes, I'm making jokes at his expense.
I'm pretty sure that he doesn't mind. As long as you're, I guess, not being an outlaw.
He's a man. He better not mind. Otherwise, he's letting me cuck him.
Oh, shit, son.
Damn straight.
But yeah, that's what my shirt says. So yeah. But wow, we went like and had really in-depth conversations. Saphy, you've been quiet. If you want to express your thoughts on anything, because I feel like I felt like you were kind of alienated from the conversation.
Sorry. Is this like involving feminists, or when it comes to like the abortion thing?
Well, it could be from abortion to like the whole way you think of like the titty streamers type thing, or I don't know, anything.
Well, honestly, all I want to say is not to be held against like for being a woman, but also I don't want to hold anyone.
You're cutting out what?
A man or whatever. I just do whatever I want because I don't know.
Well,
I feel like there should be no form of gender rules, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, that's how the average person is. They don't want to go through all this bureaucracy and class warfare crap between the sexes and stuff like that. They just make do with what they have, because the average person You know, they don't just have access to the courts like that. They can't just snap up $1,000 and be like, okay, we're going to court. It don't happen that way.
I have nothing against anybody if they're a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Depends on the person. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you're still an asshole.
Yeah. Oftentimes it's like, you know, like people can't afford to go to court over crap like that, you know, divorce settlements and all that junk. It's a major inconvenience for people.
Oh, somebody. Thank you, Harry Balzac, 001, for being following and being a member of the Kit Kat Club. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. He did say hello there. It's nice to meet you. Harry Balzac. That's a clever name. I like it. Hello. Welcome to my insanity. If you're curious about what goes on here, just gotta give you a brief rundown. I dress up in cosplay. I play video games. I shoot the shit with my friends and random bullcrap.
You're a lesbian with me, even though we're not lesbians.
I am an unofficially a lesbian with Saphy.
Yeah, like I've started to research the stuff and things like that goes on with court affairs about like workplace discrimination and divorce and crap like that. And often, you know, two parents are fighting, they're not getting along. If the parents divorce, usually the kid is happier because then all of that conflict stuff goes away. But then they also have to wonder, like, why did mom and dad break up? There's a lot going on in the kid's head, obviously.
Do you want me to speak from somebody who had experience when you're
every kid is different in that regard. I know that.
Right.
And like the average person doesn't want anything to do with the courts. It's such an expensive, time-wasting affair, and depending on what you're going to court for, it gets in the way of your life while you're waiting for those proceedings to go through.
Exactly.
And, you know, most people, they don't want anything to do with the courts. The courts are not their friend in all reality. The courts waste their time, waste their money, and often men in particular feel like they've been very, very unjustly discriminated against in the court system. So they try and avoid court altogether. So they'll usually settle the divorce settlement and give up half their shit. They're not happy about it. Nobody is. And sometimes, you know, there are certain relationships and stuff like that. There have been news stories, the kids about in their teenage years and stuff like that. There's a huge divide between them and their parents. They're either like, for example, switch the roles. This stuff can happen to women too. A woman had more money and she had to give up half of what she owned to her husband. She divorced because it was in a particular state.
Right.
The kids were disgusted with the father because it just seemed like they were using alimony to pretty much just exploit their mother and drag them through the mud. And they wondered when he would end this madness and wouldn't respectfully answer them. And the mother, you know, it was really destructive because the mother was constantly stressed. So, like, there's a lot of downsides.
Oh yeah.
To the current way how marriage is controlled by the courts and stuff like that. And largest reason people don't want it isn't just because they don't want government involved with their culture and their affairs. One large reason people don't want government involved, it's costly, it's time consuming, and often lower class people view bureaucracy as a waste of time. The courts don't benefit them. All these government systems and things don't benefit them. They only benefit the people with more money that can afford the better lawyer and lobby Congress better. You know, they don't. Often lower class people don't even like being involved with government affairs.
Yeah, like, as somebody who experienced divorce, it can, not only with the dad, but with the mom. Like, in my experience, I found out a couple of different stories. So, like, my mom apparently used me and my little brother as sort of a waging bargain. Like, because my dad was was a cop. and he said that, you need to give up your job or the gun, because she was worried. Like, I can understand about the gun part, but this was his fucking career, and he was really good at it. Like, oh, hi Frack, thank you for becoming a part of the Kit Kat Club. It's I do random bullshit. Somebody follow. Thank you so much for following. So my father, again, like I said, was part of the cops, and this was his career. He was fucking sergeant. Like, this is like right under captain, and he was a gumshoe, and he was so good at his job. But my mother wanted him to stop or get rid of the gun, and because he apparently has like a little pistol he carries, and it's like, come on, dude, like I understand gun safety, but I actually talked to my dad about this. He would never hurt me. And there was all this convoluted bullshit, like my half-brother, I have a half-brother that I don't talk about because of obvious reasons. My half-brother told me about how my mom used to, use me and like I said, as sort of waging bargains. He lost the court. That means he got a restraining order, which means that I wasn't allowed to see him. I only saw him once ever after that because, well, my mom, and I bet there were a lot of factors, and when I wanted to confront her, she got upset about it. So obviously there's some shifty crap that happened, and I'm not too happy with the situation. I wanted to know his side for the longest time to come to my own conclusion. I'm pretty sure both parties are at fault, but I have a feeling somewhere deep inside that there is shifty shit that happened with my mom especially. And it's sure, I usually have a deep, I usually have already assumed assumption about my mother because, well, let's be honest, a lot of people don't know my mom's kind of a cunt bag. And, I don't think she's telling me the whole story, at least her side. She says, I will never lie to you. Yeah, when I was younger, I wanted, because, when you're young, you hear about, like, well, like, these drugs, like weed and crack and stuff like that. And you ask because you're curious, Like, I asked her what's smoking weed like, and she's half of me, and I'm coming from, like, how it would maybe possibly affect me. She said, that's for me to know, for you not to find out. Coming from a woman, I will never lie to you. Interesting. So yeah, divorce can be really, really fucking nasty.
Yeah.
Anyway, what time is it? Because I do have to get ready for the day, and because okay, well, I'll stop at 45. You can start shuffling.
Yeah. And like the story you explained there is it's pretty accurate to a bunch of other accounts for this kind of crap too. Often people have a bad relationship with the mother, and like that sort of leads into, well, why can't there be an investigation into the parents to figure out, who actually gets custody of the children? And they have they have organizations like Child Protective Services and stuff like that. But low-income families and lower middle-class families will flat out tell you, Child Protective Services is fucking useless.
Like,
they often don't help.
Yeah, like, as somebody who, like, I understand, like, I don't need to know about what you did in the bedroom. Like, I don't care how you fucked my father. That's not for me to know. I don't want to know. I don't care. Like, I don't mind knowing how you two met. That's fine. I don't care about the trips that you took together. But, what I do want to know, I think I have a right as the kid on some level, especially now as an adult, to know what happened. Maybe not into full detail, but at least somewhat concrete evidence, concrete, not concrete.
Would you say never getting that closure, it sort of messes with you?
I regret, because now my dad's dead. Half of, like, if any, there's hair in my mouth. Any of the secrets that my dad took with him after he died, there are a lot of things that I wish I asked. And there are a lot of things that I wish I could fix, and I have a lot of deep regret, to be perfectly honest, and it's and it really puts a sour taste in my mouth, because I've stated before, at least privately, not publicly, but like privately, that my mother, she thinks I idolize my dad. I don't. I only regret not having not really getting like the full connection and things I need. Yes, my dad was an alcoholic. I understand
Okay.
that. Yes, he
Yeah.
wasn't perfect, but like,
I would say one large regret, and
Mhm.
it's because the nuclear family is sort of a dynamic that works. I would say one of your largest regrets is probably not having a strong father figure.
well, I mean, I through my life, and you know, I'm not saying like I'm not trying to do as oh woe is me. We're just talking about this openly.
Yeah.
You know, between having like you know a really disabled autistic brother who can't really shit by himself or take care of himself at all to the point where he's a giant baby, um, and then you know having a fucking mentally sociopathic older brother coming to find out, I'm pretty normal in comparison, but I got like a father figure here and there, you know, like my karate instructor ended up being sort of my surrogate father figure. He took me in, but you know, then later on he started becoming an alcoholic, and I don't really have a father figure to be honest anymore. But
lot of men become alcoholics nowadays. It's like
yeah.
I think that might have a lot to do with throwing the world's weight on the men, and then it's
Yeah.
just like, fuck it, I'll drink.
I never thought my father was a bad guy. He
Yeah.
made a lot of stupid mistakes, but that's human.
Yeah.
But you know,
They know they're not going to get out of it, and they can't
Yeah.
just get high to forget about it, so they drink.
yeah, and you know, I'm just like, I'm not upset with my dad. I'm actually pretty content. Like, the only thing I'm upset with is that I didn't get to talk to him on the phone or, you know, get to bond with him, or at least figure out more about the situation. So, I mean, it's a really weird thing, and being a kid with like dealing with divorce, it's a really odd dynamic because that does actually affect you when you get older in a weird way, especially with relationships and getting married. Because if you experience, and I've experienced 2 divorces in my life because my mother got remarried to a fucking psycho who was an abuser, and it just affects you, like whether you get like, because then I got 2 older brothers that are not a part of my family anymore, and my stepfather kicked me off his medical insurance plan when I was 18. No, it was I was 20. So yeah, it's kind of really bizarre and weird, and it really does affect you in the long run. But you know, you find it doesn't make me stop having a relationship with men in general, or you know, and I think that goes with both men, women, and children, whether it be the mother figure's not in the life or the father figure's not in the life, or they just stay together and it's a horrible marriage. You know, everybody's affected by this, and
Yeah.
it will affect you. It really will affect
Well,
you. And
here's a really fucked up statement.
Okay.
Most girls in their life that were either abused by their father or abused by the father figures they'd had in their life
Mhm.
Have a higher tendency to get with abusive men.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can speak from that, like from personal experience.
Yeah.
Okay. There are 3 men that I haven't had bad relationship with. My first fiance, Steve, and my current relationship. We have patches, but it's nothing that we can't really fix. You know, we literally sit down and we express and we talk, type shit. But you know, I've been I've been manipulated. I've been, you know, I'm not trying to do a party pity thing. I'm just trying to like explain.
Yeah.
God, everybody's probably like, oh my God, Kitty, you were you looking for attention, whore? And it's like, no, I'm trying to explain shit. But you know, someone's gonna probably call me a slut. Oh hey, there's someone calling me a scrub lord. There says scrub lords in caps. Yeah, I'm a scrub.
Yeah.
But
Scrub lord.
Scrub lord. I like being hashtag
On
team
YouTube
scrub.
or
On YouTube. I love being hashtag team scrub lord, and
Scrub lords.
we totally got derailed. What was the question?
I don't know.
Oh, abusive relationships, right? Yeah, it does affect you, and you try to stick with the best people as possible, but you somehow wind up getting with a lot of assholes, and it's not even you know, relationship-wise. I'm talking about both
Yeah,
romantic and platonic. Like,
yeah, and like I will point out that dichotomy is vice versa
oh
for
yeah,
young
no,
men
I'm
who
not
were
saying
abused
that
by their
women are
mothers.
subject to that at all. It's a
Yeah.
both mixture of men and
Yeah.
women, and we all experience that. And
it's sort of that dichotomy. If you had this voidance of a particular figure in your life, like if you were somebody abused by your mother or something like that, often men who were abused by their mothers will try more often to get with particular women, but they'll often accidentally wind up getting with a spouse that have all the same characteristics as the mother that abused them.
I was funny. I was talking to Molly about this shit, and she told me an interesting fact. She said that a lot of people that when people date, there's been a scientific study of people going after their mother or father, or people that that are similar in that sort of fatherly figure.
And I think it's sort of like they just try and go with what's familiar, what makes them feel a sense of familiarity. So if they're familiar with an environment of negative impact, often they'll probably be with very negative, pessimistic, maybe somewhat abusive people.
Yeah, and it's it's sad, but it's like,
it's all they know.
It's all they know.
They have to learn differently to understand differently.
And there are some people that, will learn at one point saying, this is not for me, this is not healthy for me. And I eventually learned that, but, it's not, I've met people that fucking screw me over and put me under the bus like so many times. And it was platonic and romantic, and it's crazy. It's really weird. It's really weird how that can just already pre-course. It's not like cement in stone, but it's more so like it lays it out kind of for you in that weird sense. Like you can't it's not what's officially going to happen in your life, but you can definitely it will be a part of you, and always will be a part of you. Those experiences, those memories, those type thing. And it's really unfortunate that people end up being like that, and I really empathize with that, man or woman.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, empathy is just sort of having like a sense of understanding what a person is going through, and sort of attempting to understand, or put yourself on that person's level, whereas sympathy is just like, oh hey, yeah, it looks bad down there, buddy. Empathy sort of comes from a sense of understanding. Only somebody who could have some capacity to understand what that person is going through could really have empathy for what that person's going through. And you don't necessarily have to have experience with being abused or things like that. It could just be as simple as, oh, I've been to my lowest point before, or something as simple as, things are bad. Things have gotten bad for me too. I don't know how bad they are for you, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no.
There is a significant difference between the sympathetic and the empathetic.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely be sympathized and say, yes, I understand, or that's okay, let me just pat you on the shoulder. And then being an empath is really weird, because it was really cool and it's really weird at the same time, because you feel that pain, you feel that emotion, and it's I've experienced that, and it's it fucks up my day. All I want to do is go to the bathroom and play some fucking gin rummy, and I ended up feeling upset.
Yeah, and by all understanding, empathy and sympathy are both altruistic things. They're not pragmatic. Empathy, sympathy, they're not practical things. They're human things. Something that sort of affects people on an emotional or spiritual level. It's not something that you can just look in any science book or do any sort of arithmetic to understand. It's part of human nature. Something that only we can explain to ourselves. Oh, why do I feel sorry for this person? Only you can answer that question. Why do I feel the need to help this person? Only you can answer that question.
Mm-hmm. Saphy, you've been awfully quiet. Did you want to add in the conversation?
No, I'm good. I don't really have any experiences I'd like to name directly on a stream, if that's alright.
Oh, that's fine. No, I can definitely understand. Don't worry. I just thought you wanted to give your thoughts about, like, I don't know, divorce or something like that. But I can totally
I
understand.
don't have that experience. I mean, you've been in my house.
Yes.
So I don't really have anything to contribute to the conversation. I'm just listening in. That and I'm taking care of some business.
All I know for certain,
Mhm.
if you're preaching to a lazy world that can't get off of its own ass about change you want to see, you're wasting your time. Real people who want to change the world have to try and work to be the change that they want, to set the example, to inspire people. If you don't do that, no one else will, and that's just the mindset people have to have.
Definitely. Well, it is getting 11, and I do have to get going, so I want to thank you two for joining me this morning.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have been sort of enjoying this. I just like to interact and be, like, with people that are either subscribed to me or not subscribed. Just stumble upon and just chat with them and get to know them on a personal level, because I just feel like I own that to a degree. And I like my friends to involved, and I like having these, like, deep intellectual conversations. They're really, really fascinating to me, and throughout these I get to share parts of myself, my friends get to share parts of myself, and yeah, if you want to join my Discord, it is right there in the on my Twitch, KittyHiPur, same as on my YouTube, KittyHiPur, and you can go and check it out. I don't like really this promotion, but I'm just curious if you guys want to, like, you know, be like, well, where do they hang out, like, you know, when is the next stream? I usually kind of, that's sort of my quote-unquote Twitter. I just don't like Twitter. I've stated them 100 times. But yeah, no, you can come and stalk me. You don't have to stalk me. It is up to you. You could tell me I'm a horrible person or something. But yeah, you can do whatever. And I will be, what?
You can tell me I'm a horrible person. That's great.
Yeah, well, I mean, people tell me I'm like a whore, I'm a slut, I'm, you know, I'm all.
Oh no, I believe that. Absolutely.
Oh, you believe that 100%, that I just go out and, you know, go sucking that dick.
Well, no, I believe that people call you a whore.
Oh, I thought you said you were agreeing with them that I am a whore and then I am a slut.
No.
No, not you. It's not you, Saphy. I'm talking about Sharpwing.
I know, but
there's a difference between believing that people do that and then believing what people say.
I misinterpret that. Oh my god, that was so funny. And if you guys, like, really like these sort of morning things, I guess this is sort of my, I don't know what I call it, but yeah, if you like this sort of kind of morning shit things that I do on YouTube, just tell me. Like, I really would like feedback. I don't, just tell me, please tell me.
Give her the answers.
Give me the answers to life. But yeah, no, I hope to see you again. I'm probably going to be streaming at 8 again tonight, because Molly dropped Coffee with Kitty. Oh, god damn it. Molly messaged me and she wanted to tell you, Sharpwing, that apparently she got in touch with Vlad and that you guys are doing some D&D stuff tonight. So she said, yes, I can have this night if I wanted. So I'm like, alright, I'll stream on
night. Oh, really? Nice.
So nice. She's like, all right, we're gonna be continuing the adventures of Dream Daddy, and we're gonna see who can I homewreck and be ruining today.
Is it still Big Papa, or did you make a new one?
I just went with the Big Papa, and I fucked the guy again. I fucked the bad boy again.
You dirty, dirty whore.
I am a dirty, dirty whore, and now everybody's doing hashtag dirty, dirty whore, hashtag Mega Milk.
He's doing it.
Apparently, Sharpway, you missed it. Apparently, my name is Mega Milk now.
Mega Milk.
So yeah, anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day. I will see you back tonight here at 8 p.m. You guys be awesome, and we'll be friends. Saphy, are you gonna be joining us?
Of course, man.
Oh, let's get Kichi this time around. Should we ask Toon if he wants to drop in?
Well, she's still in her room, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we ask Toon if he should drop in this time?
If you want to.
Okay.
So, Edgy McHedgy.
Edgy McHedgy. Oh god. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Today. It's fucking 8 p.m. Okay, I'm going now. I have to take a piss, and my butt itches. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Subscribe to these
Oh,
guys.
wait.
Hmm?
She fucked off.
Oh, okay.